All right, so my elementary school was built on top of, I
An
think,
Indian
like
burial ground.
an old, no, nothing that
Not in
fun.
Ohio.
No. And you got to go a little further south, more towards like Mohican for
Yeah.
that shit. But no, our yeah, the Huntington Valley or something. But no, it was built on like they was an old swamp. So there were like three classrooms. Like the only three classrooms didn't have windows. And like I had class I think in that one in fourth grade was the first time I was ever in one of those rooms, and it just had this smell,
This funk.
this funk that you couldn't get out. And, like kids are like falling asleep and passing out, and next thing you know, we got moved into a different room.
Just to find out it was a methane swamp, and you're just all, yeah, what?
Yeah.
It reminded me of what happened over at in Valley View when they built that new strip center like at the top, and they built all the buildings are on like 28-foot long piers,
Mm-hmm.
but they did not support anything else, so the curb sunk 36 inches to get up into these stores. There are all these asphalt ramps getting up there until Walmart's like, fuck this, I've had enough of this, because it's on an old like garbage dump.
Yeah.
So they literally have these like tubes going to the floor, sucking shit gas out to the ceiling.
Oh, God.
And now
So good.
nothing is open there except for a giant eagle.
Jesus.
Giant Eagles are fun. Oh, I forgot a game on my list. Crap.
Giant eagle. The game.
No, it's... Knobs has been... Well, I just took his headphones off. It's a game Knobs isn't playing anyway, so I'll talk about it then, but... I need
What,
to...
Persona?
No. If you're playing Persona, I'll just full-on piss myself. Oh, I need to write down... That's how many hours I'm in.
58.
50.
Thousands.
Bitch, please.
I might have to go get a hat.
Yeah.
This is just...
I'm very
Hide the
pleased with my
luxurious
decision.
mane.
Or I could just do the whole show with this on my face. Be like fucking Mushmouth.
Wasn't it?
You don't understand me, Dad.
I just don't get it.
I don't know who the fuck Mushmouth is.
You're not my real dad, Phil.
Don't tell me what
Philip.
to do.
I'm in I'm in an art band.
What do you
Richard?
want? What?
God, my friends are over.
Did you
God,
seriously
what
just
is
say
it?
Richard?
What does it mean?
Embarrassing me. You wouldn't understand my art.
Nobody understands your art.
That's right. All you bourgeois slaves.
Oh.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Why are art people so fucking pretentious all the time?
I don't know. Art school,
Like-
probably?
No,
Yeah.
like, oh my god.
My wife went to art school for a while and she left because she couldn't take it. I think it's an echo chamber for pretentiousness.
Like, all right, I did like, all right, so I was an art major for a year, and all the art students I was with were really cool, probably because I was at a public institution.
Yeah.
We're all just like, fuck it, what else are we gonna do? All right, I like
I
drawing.
like drawing. I'm here.
Yeah.
So anyway, so it's like going with these like just fucking looking down your nose at you and just, well, you just don't get it. I was like, okay, well, what about X, Y, and Z? Well, that's not art. Why isn't it art?
It's
Well,
just a
because
Portlandia
it's
sketch.
is this? It probably
I mean, it sounds like it.
it probably is. Like, I've had this conversation in my fucking life.
You wouldn't
recently.
get my art.
Like, well,
I don't know what Portlandia is.
you need to watch Portlandia.
Portlandia is a show on IFC.
Yes,
Yeah, and
I
it's,
think it's on Netflix now.
yeah, it's got to be on Netflix. It's a sketch show that basically gently pokes fun at the oddities in the Pacific Northwest, and like
Yeah.
how proud Portlanders are that Portland is home for the weird. You know, it's very
Yeah,
embracing to
it's
like if you're weird, like, come on, you can be whatever weird you are. Hey, Dimebag.
It's the same thing. Same thing with whatchamacallit, like Austin, Texas. Like Austin is a fucking weird city.
Like San Francisco for the gays is kind of Portlandia for the weird, Portland for the weird kind of thing.
Yeah, kind of.
Sorta.
I don't really would think that San Francisco really has that stigma. For some reason, it does.
Yeah, I mean, I love that fucking
city in fucking America.
Yeah, I fucking love it there. Like, every time I've gone there, I've had an absolute blast. Like, I absolutely love that city, minus the human feces and homeless people, but they're everywhere.
City. Yeah.
Hey, Errol Slayer.
I don't know what happened to all of them in Cleveland.
Hey, Dan.
Like, they're gone. Like,
do you want to know?
Dude, they pulled a fucking New York. Like, they're nowhere.
Yeah.
Like, even, like, all right, even when I would park, like, going to the baseball games, we'd park, like, underneath Tower City.
Yep.
And remember, like, all the arches where the rapid would go, and that used to be just loaded with hobos.
Yeah.
And I'm in there, like, I don't even see any eyes looking back at me anymore. Like,
hiss.
What's going on?
Yeah. Oh, boy.
All right, I'm gonna go grab a cover for my fucking melon. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna go pee real quick. I'll be right back. Good luck, Moon.
Hello, chat.
Oh, sweet. I got one. Oh, that's like.
Yep, that is about right. What's the W for?
Walsh. It's my old baseball cap.
Oh, okay. I'm wearing the sweater of my nation team. The old sweater of my nation team.
Nationwide?
No, that's the sponsor. Which I think, actually, I'm not sure, they might have gone out of business in the bank crash. Like a couple of years ago, when the banks went down, when the banks were all in trouble, I think they went out of business.
Huh.
I don't even know if it does have the gold star. The one little gold star that I don't give a shit about.
All right. So, I don't know if you've noticed this in America, but or noticed this yet, but you can always judge, like, a hillbilly chick if her hair always looks wet. Have you seen these people?
Not particularly.
Like, hillbillies and city billies. Like, they're always, like, their hair is always wet.
I think there might be somebody in our apartment complex who's got that kind of vibe, but her hair's always short. So, I mean, I can't really tell because I tend to not associate with people. Even my neighbors, I don't associate with them.
Why not? Be neighborly. Say hi.
I would do if it was like the new house we're moving to. I can't wait to actually associate with the neighbors there because they're all old people, so they're kind of in my age bracket. Like, let's sit out in the front garden and read a book. Fuck yes, please. Instead of the angry couple who live over that way who are constantly arguing. There's the town drunk who lives a couple of doors that way, who literally hitchhikes everywhere in this neighborhood. Like, he walks out of this complex with his thumb out, basically, and just gets lifts everywhere because everybody knows him.
Yeah, we haven't had a walking guy in Brunswick in a few years. Usually there's always somebody just wandering around the city.
Yeah, that's this guy. I mean, he's a nice guy, and I say hello, he says hello back, but if you even pause your step, he will have you in a conversation for about 45 minutes.
Ugh.
I am debating whether or not to go see Fast 8 tonight.
It is good.
Yeah, everyone says it's good.
I feel like it's showing its age. Like, to be honest, I feel like the Fast and Furious movies are very 2015, for lack of a better way to put it. Like, it feels like that kind of date. Like, I don't know what it is, but 8 feels a little dated, and I know this is a weird thing to say, but it feels wrong that they continued without Paul Walker.
Paul Walker is a horrible actor.
He is, but he is so good in the Fast and the Furious because
No, he's
Yes.
the worst part of that. The
No,
worst.
it's about family.
No, it's not. It's
Salud my familia.
holy fuck. That's the worst shit in that series. Number one, he doesn't look Italian at all.
Who?
Dom,
No,
Vin Diesel.
no,
Oh,
he doesn't.
yeah, no.
Like, yeah, like you could easily find an Italian-looking dude a lot better than him.
Or like just an Italian actor.
It would make more sense if he was like, oh man, not Puerto Rican or Mexican.
Well,
Well,
he is
be-
part
like-
Puerto Rican, isn't he?
Well, yeah, right there. Then it makes more sense.
Yeah,
If he was,
I think
if
Vin
part-
Diesel
he's
might
more
be
Puerto
partially.
Rican. You know, they have good, strong family ties.
Yeah.
Like,
I think they tend to lean into that a bit more, like the Puerto Rican aspect of it, because the fucking him and Letty are constantly going to fucking Cuba. Like in 8, it starts in Cuba and he's visiting his family.
well, they're. I thought they were in Cuba because there's no extradition.
No, they got their things were cleared after 6.
No, whatever.
No, haven't been
It-
following the lore.
Not really. I've watched them all more than once, but I don't care enough to
It really
commit
stuck
any of
with
that
you.
stuff in memory.
I fucking love those movies. They're so bad and so good.
Oh man.
No, they are. Actually, I've been on a Shaw Brothers kick lately.
Thanks to the BMF
Yeah,
cast.
they because I remember seeing bits and pieces of a lot of those movies, and I've been kind of going through them, and it's like, oh yeah, I watched 5 Deadly Venoms last night.
I'm hearing them talk about it, and it makes me interested in them because I don't think I've ever seen a Shaw Brothers movie.
I will tell you one thing, man. Shaw Brothers movies end abruptly. Like,
They are just
man,
done.
when that closes out, they're done. It's always some dudes walking away.
Yep. Pulling the
And
plug.
I didn't know. And I
Credits.
didn't know Pai Mei was like a thing in Japanese or like that theater aspect.
Oh really?
Like he's like a reoccurring character
That's
in
kinda
like
cool.
all these as like this weird master, and does like the same shit that Pai Mei does in Kill Bill.
That's pretty cool.
And what's amazing is so the guy that plays Pai Mei in Kill Bill Volume 2 is the same guy that was the leader of the Crazy 88s, who was a big leader in all the Shaw Brother movies.
Oh, that's
So
great.
been associated with that all the way through.
Yeah. All right, you guys ready to kick this thing off?
Pro tip: don't go for a groin shot against Pai Mei. He'll catch it with his dick
That
every time
why wouldn't he?
and snatch an eye.
Yep. All right, starting in 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to another episode of That Video Game Podcast. I'm your host, Boston, and going around the room, we have Knobs
Ew.
and Moonpeer.
Howdy.
Let's just dive right into it. Not waste any time. Knobs, what have you been playing this past week?
So unprepared. I'm all curled up in my chair.
Just getting comfy. No big deal.
I actually used my Surface for show notes
Oh, hey.
because I forgot how much fun it is to write with the pen.
Oh, yeah, the
Stylus.
stylus.
OneNote. And I haven't used this for show notes since episode 401.
That's only 100 episodes ago.
Yeah.
Because that's what I use it for. Alright, so we had Left 4 Dead Monday Night Game Night.
Yep.
Probably one of our most competitive matches I can ever remember.
Man, you're having good weeks.
Last week wasn't a good week. It was for 1/3 TVGP.
It was for the other team.
But no, there were so many. Like, I don't think I remember ever really having this much fight in a Left 4 Dead 2 match where we were literally down to maybe one person up and picking everyone up and pushing forward.
Oh,
Just
man.
a little bit more. Just a little bit more.
20 more points.
Moon, was Monday night was the night when with the gruesome spitters where I kept jumping into the worst possible moments.
Yes, that was your wonderful. I like the color green moments.
Oh, jeez. So we played That was Dead Air, wasn't it? No, it wasn't Dead Air.
It was No Mercy.
Yes, we were No Mercy. So you remember the area when you're coming out of the basement, and you're going up, and you're working your way to the elevator where the crescendo event is.
Mm-hmm.
No, that wasn't that part.
No,
It was the episode before that.
It was the gas tank area.
Yes,
up the lift,
gas station.
down.
Oh, yeah.
So we get through the gas station area. We're going to the top, and we're caught in the corridors going into the stock room where all the loading docks are. So we have one person knocked down. We open the door. We get down there, and the horde is just relentless. And then we pick up someone. I get back upstairs. I run around. I go and check for some pills. I turn the corner and I see a spitter. I was like, "Huh, that's weird. I'm gonna shoot him." I turn the corner and then jump down the stairwell and land right into a fresh spit.
Yep.
The trap worked perfectly.
Yeah.
And that was pretty much the end of that round. Well, we were able to get everyone back up, and then instantly everyone's back down because another spit came in around the corner, and I had just used my health kit. I'm back up the full. I turn the corner and I jump into the hallway again, and there I land right in the middle of it.
It's like playing Pitfall. No, I got it. Nope, right in the alligator's mouth.
Nope, can't make that jump. But yeah, but at that point, we're just so overwhelmed at this point, kept jumping around and stuff. But anyway, it was the next map with the elevator is where we actually got within striking distance, or did we get ahead in that one?
You got ahead in that one.
Yeah, because we were just we got wiped pretty quickly in the first area, and then we got caught with a witch and a tank. So that was the first time we made up any sort of little bit of ground. But man, it was a good match. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, my favorite one was we've got to beat at the end. My team was down by, and it's funny, like it always seems to work out this way. It's me and Nobs are very rarely ever on the same team, so it's usually my team versus his team.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it doesn't. We don't plan it that way. That's just the way it works out.
Yeah, because we ran.
They took the lead into the.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's randoms all the time. But yeah, they took the lead going into the last chapter, so they were humans first. And my team, it was me, Agent, and Balkirk, and literally all we had to do was make it past the tank, and we'd win. The first tank, make it past that, and we'd win. And so we get separated, we lose the AI who's on our team, and then it's like, okay, if you've got a pipe bomb, throw it now, and Balkirk throws a Molotov at his and Agent's feet.
Yes. But even when we were in it, it was still we weren't up by a lot going into to the fourth. It was maybe 20 or 30 points. Well, we stand up. We get to the first tank and we get wiped after a magnificent charge from Moon. Took one dude off the roof. Took me off onto the second level of the roof. I was downed. I get back up. Here comes the tank. Bats me off the building.
Yeah. I do feel a little sorry for Scott because 2 times in that match, the first room when you're coming off the rooftop, you open the door and you go down the stairs. I charge, I hit Nobs, I think it was, and then Scott is the second person in line, and I smacked him straight off the roof. He literally didn't get to do anything in the first round, and then the last round, I do the same thing again, and I smash him straight off the roof there as well.
Amazing.
I'm so sorry about that, Scott.
Yeah, it was. It's just those moments. Like we always talk about. Battlefield has these ridiculous moments where nothing happens. Which I kind of thinking about doing a throwback Battlefield 4 night.
Yeah.
For
I'm
this
fine
kind of
with
month.
Battlefield 1 as well. I mean, Donnie is doing a no-show recently, so.
Well, we'll see.
Take your opportunity.
He likes Battlefield, so. We'll see what happens.
True.
And I still don't really understand why. Even I personally, I don't miss Battlefield 1 at all. I just feel like the progression creep in that is way too slow.
Oh yeah. It never got its teeth in you.
Earning those war bonds, it didn't seem to happen at a fast enough clip to kind of keep that going, because then you're earning in-game currency to purchase things versus filling up meters.
Right.
Yeah.
where blood is your currency. It's kind of morbid when you think about it. Like, instead of earning in-game money to purchase new stuff, it's a kill count for a weapon is earning you new stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is brilliant. Everything should be that. But yeah, Monday Night Game Night was a lot of fun, and Left 4 Dead 2 still has it. And those first 5 maps from Left 4 Dead 1 are still just
forever and always.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I picked up and finished the first episode of the Telltale series for Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
I hate it.
Well, here we go.
I wish I had my notepad open, or I could take some notes on how grating I find this game. So, they're trying too hard.
Yeah.
They're trying too hard to make these characters snarky and quick and goofy and fun at the same time. Like, Rocket Raccoon is horrible. Absolutely horrible. Like, I don't even want to talk to him.
Is it one of those things where, like, it's always looking at you and, like, this is cool, huh? Isn't this cool? Aren't they fun?
Yeah, it seems like it's like that. Oh, I made this great weapon. It's going to be able to kill Thanos and yada yada yada, and this and that. And look how awesome this is. Oh, it's broke. Oh, is it ready yet? No. Is it ready yet? No. Is it ready yet? It turned into, are we there yet? At some point.
Oh, jeez.
In the middle, like the first opening battle.
Ugh.
And I don't like Quill's design. I don't like the way he's voice acted. I don't.
It's all a little bit off.
No, it's all. I think it's a little all too on the nose.
Right.
Like, I know what you're doing. It's like, I know you're playing me, and that's either going to be fun or it's not. And this is not fun for me right now.
Well, it's always the case when you try too hard to be cool. It's always the opposite. It always comes off that you're trying too hard to just don't care, and you'll be cool.
But
be more
even
like
that,
Cowboy Bebop.
Like, all the decisions, I felt right in line with the majority. They're all like 70-30 splits, every one of them.
Oh, wow.
That
That's
always
not
indicates
fun.
bad for me.
Yeah.
Anything where it's like that, where it's that kind of majority, that makes me think that they haven't done a good enough job of balancing it. Because you look at stuff like Life is Strange, that's almost always 50-50 or 51-49. I hate it when it's, this is a 70% thing. Yeah.
It feels like Paragon versus Renegade. Are you having a good playthrough or a bad playthrough?
Yeah, and it feels like right along those lines. It's actually choosing who you want to be a jerk to. And I don't want to be a jerk to anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It puts you in those positions where you're going to be a jerk to this particular person, and then you're locked into picking against him the whole time.
Oh.
And Rocket being as grating as he is, he was just a menace to be around.
Yeah.
Probably the only thing I thought was funny was you make a decision and you either choose to give something to the Collector or you have the choice to give it to the Nova Corps. And the way they present that choice, it's a no-brainer. Yes, I want Nova because I need allies in this. And then you're having this exchange, and then you have... and then Nova starts laying out, well, here you're going to get 12 equal payments to start in 12 months. And then you just see Rocket in the background of the ship just being like, this
Why?
is stupid. Why? This is the dumbest thing in the world.
Right.
That was legitimately funny. That was a good moment.
Yeah.
Everything else up to that point was just bad. And you're in a point-and-click adventure, and you have a verticality to the game, just doesn't work.
Yeah, that's
I'm sorry.
never
I don't need to get on my little jump boots. Look, if I went up a floor, just go up a floor. I don't need to hover around this. It's just the writing just doesn't seem as clever as it has been in the past.
Yeah, and that's such a shame too. After Tales from Borderlands was shockingly really good, we all liked Walking Dead Season 1. Game of Thrones, I think, was sort of a weak point for a lot of people. But you even really liked the Telltale Batman, which was a shock, and people loved the Minecraft one.
Here's the thing: if you don't think the property will work, I think it works better. If you think it should work, I think you have like an inherent bias on what you think that's going to be, and this, I think, is letting me down on my perception of the game.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it 2 more episodes. If it doesn't start making up any ground there, I don't know if I'll finish it.
Yeah.
I probably will, but that's beside the point.
Yeah.
Because I want them to keep pushing the envelope, but I think this was too much in their wheelhouse that it seems lazy.
Well, and it's got to be really hard to write snarky characters that are really likable, and I feel like the movie does a really good job of portraying them as kind of snarky anti-heroes, which I know movies and TV are just lousy with. But
Yeah.
For something that isn't 2 hours long, and each episode is going to be 2 hours long, optimally, you need to write a lot more nuanced stuff for that to really pay off.
Well, right, and it just, you can't come right out of the gate, because what makes Guardians work in the movie is there are times when they have to be serious, and they are serious, and they do that, and to the credit of the actors portraying the characters, works a lot better than this did.
Right. That's
so.
a bummer.
We'll see. I only kind of hate it, just kind of.
Just a little bit.
Only a little bit.
Only kind of hate it. All right, so I'm going to skip over that. We're going to talk about that last. Played some more Bulletstorm. Team Bulletstorm all the way.
Yep.
Anarchy mode is great, still great with 2 people. I love that game. It's so much fun.
JKnob33 at Xbox One. Hit him up.
That's right. Right.
Yep.
I got 3 people on my friends list now playing the game,
Hey.
and I only had to buy it for one of them.
Those are good odds.
So yeah. So come on, man. People pick this up. This game's so much fun.
Yeah.
It's so much fun.
If you've never played Bulletstorm, I genuinely recommend it. It is.
Yeah.
It's not a first person shooter you've ever played before, and nobody has made another one of those. Like, this is a singular game.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with that. If you've never played it before, this is the best way to play it.
Yep. Just
get it and play it. It's a genuinely fun game. Like, I loved every minute I played of it. I just don't.
I was
feel the
waiting
need
for
to
a
play the
butt
game now.
there,
but it's actually really terrible.
but I hate playing with you.
Yeah.
No, I love it. I enjoyed the time I spent playing with you, Nobs. I'm not gonna drop that amount of money on a game I've played before.
That's fair.
All right, whatever. All right, so now let's talk about Nier.
Ooh, I started this.
I heard.
So I want to talk about the intro for a minute. I know you finished ending A, and I really don't want you to spoil anything for me, but I got to talk about the hour-long intro to this game. First off, the tutorial is so good because it starts you as a shmup, and you start playing Nier Automata as a shmup, and then at some point everybody gets destroyed, like all the 6 whatever people that are flying with you.
Yeah.
And you like crash into this weapons factory. That's the best way to intro Nier, and it's so far above and beyond how they introed the last Nier, which was really bad, which is you played this game as a third-person shmup. Like, the bullets that were coming down at you during the shooting section, you can destroy one type, you can't destroy another type.
You can melee the other type.
You melee the other type. Great. Now I know.
You're welcome.
Thank you. That's how you play this game. The pinwheeling little trash can robots do the same thing. It's just you're doing that in third person. And I thought that was really great. And the ending to that first hour... Knobs,
let's touch boxes.
You explained it. You explained it at the end, like at last episode, where you're like, yeah, you fight like a giant oil rig that has like spinning
buzzsaw arms
buzzsaw on it. Like the very first thing you fight when you land
is one of the arms.
Yeah, is one of the arms, and it's really great because it teaches you how to do that bullet, like the witch time Bayonetta dodge. Dodge/counter, I guess. And I fought it, and I was like, that wasn't very... I just fought like this thing. I don't really know. And by the end of it, you 9S hacks off, literally and figuratively, an arm of this oil rig you're fighting, and then you beat it to death with its own buzzsaw arm after you fought like 2 of these beforehand, and then you ting, and then the intro's over. And
I couldn't spoil that. I'm sorry.
It's so good. Like, and man, the music in this game is really good again, and the vocals in it reminded me of the original Ghost in the Shell movie.
Yes.
There's that one.
It actually reminded me a little more of Akira than anything else.
Oh, yeah, that's true. It's really great. It's the difference between Nier and Nier Automata couldn't be more night and day. Like, it still keeps Yoko Taro's craziness of story and world building and sort of starting the game in media res, but then they hand over to Platinum the things they weren't good at before, which was the gameplay. And from the beginning, and that's all I've played is just the intro. It's like, for me, it was about an hour long. Man, it plays really great, and I really wish I didn't have Persona 5 right now, because I would really like to just tear through Nier Automata.
I strongly recommend the Lance, because you can break attacks coming at you.
That's good to know.
And it is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
All right, so without spoiling anything, so at some point you fight, I wrote this down, Giant Sea Robot Beast. Check.
Got that.
Which is a bizarre fight. Then you're in one of the shmup sequences, which kind of reminds me a lot of playing Ikaruga.
That's very much with the 2 different types of projectiles coming at you. That's really, and how the dodge moves. That reminded me a lot of it.
Yes, it's a lot like that. So it's a big one of those sequences, and at one point you get to a land mortar, then you shoot it in its mouth, and then the thing stands up and it's even bigger.
Great.
Like, it's.
I'm glad there's more of those sequences, because I was hoping there were, because it's pretty fun to play.
Wait till it gets to the side-scroller stuff.
Great. I like the
and then that gets bananas.
Man.
Which, man, there is a conveyor belt thwompy thing in that drives me insane. I don't know how many times I died on this conveyor belt. Because you're moving forward, and then it stops for a second as the things go down to stamp, like, I'm guessing, a robot face into this sheet metal. And then it picks up speed again, and you lose what you were trying to do, because the ground starts and stops. So I died on that a lot, and then it was a mad dash to get back to my body to collect all my chips, because if I don't collect all my chips, then I lose those chips and experience, because I can't collect my body again.
Right. Dark Souls.
Oh boy. Let me see what else. Let's see. So then you have that point. So I get through that, and then I stumble across. You meet the pack of peaceful robots, and then you're with the peaceful robot lady. She's very nice. I like her a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Even though she's got those little metal eyelashes that are really creepy.
Yeah.
And the bug eyes, the green bug eyes. So then, like, you're meeting this other robot group that's separated from the network, that wants to have a peaceful treaty with the other robot clan that is already separated from the network, yada, yada, yada. So you go out there and you're like, oh, this is going to be a diplomatic mission. Nope. That is a religious robot cult.
Wipe them out.
It goes really bad.
Oh, man.
So you're I don't want to spoil that scene, because it was really like, okay, this is really ominous. Like,
this is going to go real bad.
Right, and you're like, so they're all got torches, and this doesn't ever end well with torches.
The music switches to just an organ, and you're like, this is not. Yeah, this is bad.
This is gonna be chasing Frankenstein's monster up a windmill. I know it. It's coming. Yeah. It's coming. And then you meet the priest, and then you're like, oh shoot.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah. This is where it happens.
Man, and that does not let on for the ending whatever A. that doesn't let up from that scene to the end.
Hmm.
Like, it is full go boogie. Like, you are push, 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 push. There's no running around trying to clean up any extra missions. You literally jumped on the monorail and you're going to Moscow.
Yeah, it's
it
putting
is
the bow on it.
bananas.
How long do
Absolutely
you think it took you to get to ending A? 10, 15 hours?
15 hours.
That's not bad.
So 15 hours, and then it says, you've received a special message from Square Enix when you finish it.
Amazing.
All right, well, anyway, so I'm glossing over a big point here. So the ending A, what the fudge? What went wrong? What happened there? That was one of the... Man, that was brutal. Like, absolutely brutal. And, like, there's a boss fight either because you haven't been introduced to the protagonist because the robots haven't birthed this thing yet.
Wonderful.
So wait for that.
I'm looking forward to that now.
Like it, like I lightly talked about it last week about how that happens and then what the other antagonist comes from. So you have this moment where you fight the one dude and then the other guy literally has a meltdown. And now I have rabbit human eating, android eating robots. Because no one's human in this game.
Right.
They're all robots. What
happened? At least the protagonist of the first Nier was a human. I think. I never finished it. Now I don't know.
I think he was.
Was he an android?
All right. So, how come games like this never get accused of whitewashing?
Well, I mean, they're all androids. Who knows? Who knows what the android post-apocalyptic
I'm not trying to be
hold?
facetious or speak with any hyperbole on it, but everyone's white.
Knowing this game, there might genuinely be a reason you run into.
Yeah.
What, so they stand out against the background?
Maybe, I don't know. It makes the androids easier to hunt. I don't know.
Like, they're not wearing mama's natural dark camo? Like, I don't understand this.
I don't know.
Like, there's no reason for... you know what? I take it back. The weapons guy's black.
There you go. Did he just come over from Bayonetta? Is it that cool dude from Hell?
No, I wish it was.
That'd be great.
That would have been awesome.
Hey, what are you doing here? Oh,
you know what? I just realized. And then, then you get the Raggedy Ann and Raggedy Andy pair of cyborgs.
Oh God.
Which is really weird, and they are not friendly. One is, the other one not so much.
I should really play more of this game.
So
yes.
It's so weird.
Yeah.
It might be one of the weirdest things I've played in a while.
Yeah.
And for a game that's so straightforward and game mechanics and beating up robots and stuff, and it's there are things to really like about it, but that ending was completely unnecessary.
Yeah.
like completely unnecessary.
I might have to just burn through the first 15 hours to get to this ending now.
And so then I started up after I got the message from Square Enix. We strongly recommend you start a new one. Okay. Which opens up because I almost didn't remember how it originally opened up before. Like, okay, I kind of remember it now. So I'm sitting here watching this thing, and there's this robot rocking another one because it's clearly dead, dude. Like, no amount of stuff you're gonna do to this is gonna bring this thing back to life. Mm-hmm. Then you get this little weird mission, and then you realize it's just 9S observing this weird thing happening. Mm. Then you're like, okay, cool. Now I'm 9S, and all right, let's see where this goes. Okay, I'm gonna go the only place I know. I'm gonna open this chest here. Hey, I'm gonna turn this thing on. I'm gonna go down to the end of it. Credits roll, ending G.
Great.
Nothing happened to me. Nothing. Like, I walked to the end of the... What's it called? The thing, the crane boom. I walked to the end of the crane boom. And credits.
That's fun.
I'm like, okay, reload. Let's try this again. Great. I gotta get a bucket of oil for the dead robot again. Awesome. Which takes way too long.
Yeah.
I wish you could just skip that. But I can't, and now I gotta do it again. Whatever. So anyway, so there's a hole in the crane boom. Like, okay, so I must have to jump down there. I jump down there, I go to the end of the crane boom, credits again, and I'm like, mother, what do you want me to do? You know what? I don't care. I'm gonna go watch some Bill Nye.
There you go.
And I did. And walking on hot coals is the trick. So yeah, so Nier. I don't know. Like I was concerned with finishing it and then like starting it over because I thought I was going to have to make different decisions in my playthrough.
Right.
Thankfully, it just throws you into something different right from the get go.
And that's what I was. That's what I was trying to mention last week. Is it's my impression that all four playthroughs, I guess, 4 or 5 playthroughs, are all markedly different.
Because I think I know the one character from one of the playthroughs that stabbed the robot baby in the castle. Just not judging. It just happened.
I can't even be mad because that's probably not even a spoiler because I won't even see it coming. Don't spoil anything for me, please. You've already said who the second playthrough is, so let's not spoil more.
Well, you already know that character.
Sure.
Sorry.
It's okay. This is the risk you run with knobs playing JRPGs.
Well, because I'm so wound up and I don't understand what is happening.
Mm-hmm.
But no, it's like I felt like I got a better grasp of the playstyle. Now, I must have totally missed the button prompts for the tutorial side on what that dodge is. That took probably about 8 hours to really figure out for me.
Yeah, that would be my one criticism is there was a lot happening during that tutorial, and the button prompts were just like up in the upper left-hand corner. They were a little bit tiny, and they were pretty easy to miss.
Well, and then also this game, so the HUD things that you actually have chips that you can actually take out to remove things from the world that's going through your HUD.
Interesting.
So you feel like I don't need my health bar, I just take that chip out.
Oh right, like modify
the
your
mini
OS.
map. It's in the way too much. I'm gonna take that out.
Yeah.
There's a chip that's supposed to let me know where items are. That's supposed to make an audible noise to find it in areas like the red areas that you have to go and explore. I can't find it. I'm sure it's on one of my dead android bodies somewhere now. and the Ginger Twins won't give me another one.
Great.
So
stingy.
Yeah.
Well,
I guess
I will
I'm going to
power
keep trying
through,
this.
I'll power through ending A, and I will see if together we can figure out the beginning of the second playthrough.
I'm literally. I'm going to do this like tonight. Like I'm not going to let this crane beat me again.
You can figure it out.
I will figure this out without looking up anything. But
yeah.
My only real criticism was the back half of that first run through to get ending A. Man, was that a dead sprint. Like, I didn't feel like I had any choice but to keep moving forward.
Was it more focused on story than it was gameplay? It's just like getting the story to you?
I don't know. Like, it felt like after you beat the one silver-haired man, it kind of just set off this chain reaction that you couldn't stop. Because then, like, it seemed like everywhere I was, like, okay, you get back in the world. Oh my God, the resistance camp's being attacked. It's like, okay, fine, I gotta go over and settle that mess. Or oh no, now the peaceful robot camp's being attacked. Oh, great, now I gotta go run over there.
It's just Fallout 4 all over again.
And now I'm fighting a giant flying centipede monster shooting lasers out of its sides.
I like what that is.
Well, I gotta take care of that, and then that leads you into the end, and you're like, shoot.
Yeah.
Did I just finish this
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting.
Credits.
Hmm.
Square Enix message. Start again.
Speaking of Square Enix, did you see the preview for the first DLC pack that's going to come out?
Why would this game have DLC?
Apparently, one of the optional bosses it puts in with the DLC is fighting the president of Square Enix.
Oh, I saw this.
That's great.
I think I did see that article, and I kind of
think that's pretty
glossed
funny.
over it. So I'm working my way through this sucker, and
Seeing where the hell it takes you.
this is a weird one.
Yeah.
It's a weird one, so I guess I'm in for it now.
Yeah. You started that second playthrough. You're in.
Well, and that, like, I really want to upgrade stuff and get weapons and things, and trying to figure out which ones work well. Like, the Tech 3 blade worked really well for me.
Mm-hmm.
It was Tech or Type. One of them. Doesn't matter. All the weapons are real fun. I don't think they do the damage they say they're going to do.
Yeah.
Which is frustrating. And I don't understand, like, the level, like, where the enemies are. Because at some point, like, okay, I'm at this point in the game, maybe they should be more strong. And then you turn a corner, like, what? Those are way too strong.
It goes from, like, level 5 to 15. It's just like, wait, what?
Yep. Yeah, it was one area I was fighting, level, like, 5 to 7, and then they're, like, 35. Like,
all right.
Where
then.
does this... Am I getting better XP for this? Like, I can't even tell. Like,
right.
The level up system. Maybe there's a chip I need to get. I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know what's going on. So I'm exploring now. Let's see where this goes, because there was a lot of missions I didn't even get close to finishing.
Yeah.
Like, there's one that one of the characters' names, Jackass, wants me to fight all these things and not get hit. Like, okay, Jackass, we'll do this.
Is it shopping carts?
It's literally the character's name. I'm not being...
I like that he's giving you one of those optional areas from Bayonetta. It's just like, finish all these angels without touching the ground. It's like, okay, great. I'll never be that good. See you later.
Yeah, it's one of those, like, okay, cool. Here, learn how to block. Do a perfect dodge X number of times. Like, okay, cool. All right, now fight 9 things and not get hit. What?
I'm not sure I can do that, sir.
I don't think you understand the progression of things here.
Right.
It's like, defeat 3, fine. Okay, now defeat 9 without being hit at all. I am not that good at this game at this
Those robots
point.
have some real pinwheel arms. I mean, that's
Yeah, the ones that come
at
at you like the the windmill attack they do.
It's really great.
Oh,
So good.
but that's what I played. So,
Moon, what about you this past week?
Start with the showstopper. Actually, let me correct that phrase. Start with the show starter. The Binding of Isaac.
Oh, yeah.
Get it? Because it started another show. Anyway, yes. Check out.
That's more like the lose the Price is Right noise.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We'll go with that one. Yeah. Check out the midweek show. The Binding of Moonpier Boston Reborn. I got it right this time.
Yeah.
For all the latest updates on Binding of Isaac. Probably after, when I wasn't playing Binding of Isaac, I probably put about 5 to 20 hours into Mass Effect Andromeda.
Oh.
Probably played it way too much. Saw my wife playing it, and then when I saw her playing it, I was like, ooh, I want to go and see these places she's looking at, so I started playing it too.
That's why I bought Nier Automata, by the way. Because Knobs was talking about it, I was like, now I gotta buy it. Damn it.
So yeah, I really don't like Mos Eisley. I really
that
don't.
place sucks.
Yeah,
That place is the worst.
pretty much.
So glad I'm not playing this game.
The map layout, like, generally speaking, the map layouts on the planets have been fantastic. On this one, there's a giant mountain in the middle of it, so you can't just do a direct line straight over.
Oh,
There
boy.
just isn't there's mountains everywhere. There's no easy way. Upgrade the what's the vehicle called again?
The Nomad.
The Nomad. Upgrade the Nomad to everything.
Oh yeah.
I don't care what you have to buy to get it. Upgrade the boost, the jump jets, the gearing ratio,
Turn it
like
into
all
a
of it.
horse from Skyrim. It can just walk right up the mountains.
Yeah. Oh my
Yep.
God! I forgot to tell you. Nier Automata. I rode a pig.
You're only selling me on this game, Knobs.
I wrote. You could ride the pigs and the moose.
Oh wow.
That's
And the
so
moose. I'll see you. I gotta
Man,
go,
much
Pick.
moosing.
I'll see you later.
good.
In the room
Oh,
with the
wow.
moose. Oh my God! I forgot. I love this game.
Room with the
All right,
moose.
sorry.
Anywho.
No worries. So I have to give her respect where it's due. My wife has a very serious obsession with BioWare games.
Okay.
Like a terrible, terrible obsession with BioWare games. There is a conversation that happens in Dragon Age 2 between a cop and a pirate about basically the cop knows the pirate's breaking the law. The pirate doesn't admit to anything, and basically the conversation ends with "ooh, scrutiny," said by the pirate. I tweeted 2 clips of this earlier this week. The exact same conversation, near enough, happens in Mass Effect Andromeda between the ex-cop and the kind of pirate,
Amazing.
to the point where the conversation ends with "ooh, scrutiny."
It's an homage, Moonpeer.
Exactly.
It's
but
not plagiarism.
My wife caught onto it, and I had to give her a bit of respect for being that obsessed with BioWare games.
I was going to say, for remembering that much about Dragon Age 2. A game I defend, but don't remember
She
that much.
listens to conversations on YouTube, like the chat conversations.
I mean, might as well.
Yes.
You skip the bad part of Dragon Age 2, which is playing it.
I also, while playing Mass Effect, I found probably not my first real, but kind of 3 really funny references back to the original trilogy. Along with the fact that on EOS, when you've cleared EOS out a bit, there is a brand new Conrad Vernet who is an idiot who just keeps getting himself into trouble.
Yeah.
I literally...
Is that the dude who's like, hey, I don't know what I'm going to do. How about you study science, dude? And then he goes runs out to one of the remnant sites, and then immediately, hey, I'm in trouble over here. Can someone come save me?
Yes.
No,
That
dude, I
is
can't.
exactly who he is.
Oh,
It's like
God.
Tech Master Thomas or something like that is his name, and
Yes.
he literally after he's done that, he's like, this isn't for me, I'm going to try First Contact instead, and then runs and gets in a fight with aliens.
Yep.
Guess what you've got to go and do then? It's Conrad Vernet.
Go save him and
again.
kill everything.
Pathfinder,
Yes.
I need your help. No.
I did find 2 or 3 references which genuinely made me smile, and one of them made me laugh out loud. I'll speak to Knobs about this probably tomorrow night or something. We'll have a word, because I need to know if he found these people that make the references. But yeah, I still enjoy Mass Effect Andromeda. Thank you for including the skip the galaxy map transitions. It's a saving grace for me.
How many hours
Oh,
do you
come
think
on. I
you're...
played the whole game and didn't skip any of them.
Yeah. How
That's
many hours
why
do you
My
think you're
achievement.
into it now? Yeah.
I think I am about it's about 35 to 40 now, something
Okay.
like that.
You're halfway.
Well, yeah, but you can also take like 5-6 hours off, because I don't have to watch those stupid transitions anymore.
Wasn't that long.
Swear to God. Is this the hill you're going to die on, Moon?
Yes,
Down with
100%
transitions.
it is. Okay, after Mass Effect, yeah, I'm still liking it. Everything we've previously said stands up.
So
It's what I
let's-
wanted.
Yes,
Go
I
ahead.
feel the same way. It's exactly what Mass Effect needed to be. Just it needed more stuff to do.
Yeah.
It needed more
Yeah.
things in that world. That
It
felt
100
sparse and rehashed.
It needs more polish as well. Like, without a doubt, the game needed to probably 6 months to a year get it tip-top shape, and nobody would have the complaints they're having with it now, I think.
And
Like-
hopefully their patch plan will get the game to that point eventually.
Yeah, so then people who come on it later will have a better experience. Like I've said about number 3, I had the best experience with that.
Yep.
It was fully patched and DLC done by the time I started it.
Yeah. I
You
mean,
know,
if you
there's
haven't
no-
started it by this point, like I haven't, waiting for whatever like Game of the Year or Gold Edition might be the best plan.
Yeah, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with doing it that way. If you're still interested in Mass Effect and you just want to give it time, give it the time.
Yeah.
It will get better. These things almost always do.
Yeah.
But having said that, I still love it. It's Mass Effect 1 on a new generation, and it controls better and looks better, and the combat is better. So
yeah,
I'm not complaining.
that combat is great.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
it is a lot of fun.
Now as well, I think I'm level 32 or something like that now. So I'm getting to the point where even on Insanity, I'm starting to feel about right difficulty-wise. I still have to do research. I still have to use my research data to get high-powered weapons. But I'm starting to feel a little bit more comfortable in the fights. Like, I always know every time I play Mass Effect, I play it on Insanity, and the start is always the hardest because you are underpowered, underleveled, under-equipped, and now I'm at that point where it's like, yeah, okay, I could probably take on pretty much anything with one exception, and that's
everything's new, like a new galaxy.
Yeah.
Exactly. The one thing I probably can't take on is the architects. I have tried, I have failed.
Oh man, those things were a bear even on playing on normal.
Yeah, I have found 2 so far, and they both Vold and Eos are the 2 I've found, and they are both not nice. Very much not nice.
Yeah, I forgot where the 3rd one is.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, we've said a lot about Mass Effect already. Like, I do like that game a lot. I can understand people are not happy with it. I am, so what?
Yeah.
Let me love it.
Yeah. Let me love things.
Oh, jeez. Took the jam out of your donut.
Oh, well, we won't go into that here. But Just Cause 3, mentioned last week, we got the season pass for it. I started playing some of the DLC for it. If you ever liked Just Cause, if you like that, fly around in a wingsuit, blow things up with giant rocket launchers, things collapsing, that kind of stuff, yeah, it's just taken that and made it more crazy.
I'm assuming you're playing on Xbox One, right?
Yes, I am playing on Xbox One.
How's performance been so far?
I got it when it came out, and then after hearing about the performance stuff, I didn't play it for a while. I let them get a couple of patches in, and guess what? It's not stellar. There are still points when the frames drop, but that's not that important to me.
Yeah,
so,
the thing I kept hearing was every patch would make the PS4 version worse. So,
yeah, and the Xbox One version better, I think is what it was.
Yeah, and the PC was just kind of fine the whole time.
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of funny. I'm glad to hear there's one console that it runs okay on.
Yeah, I mean, there are areas in it, and there's certainly times when you're attacking a satellite array and there's 5 giant satellites, and I literally have the best rocket launcher in the game, which is essentially a mini nuke. And it's like, oh, screw it. Pum, pum, pum. Now wait for the impact.
Yeah.
Then it slows down because you're talking about, 3 huge objects breaking into bits, 3 giant screen-filling explosions all happening at once.
But that's cool slowdown. That's explosion
exactly.
slowdown. That's the kind we want.
Yeah, that's turn around and walk towards the camera slowdown.
Exactly.
That's what that is. But yeah, I mean, the DLC just adds so much more crazy into it. There is a mech now.
Great.
The wingsuit now is essentially a jetpack.
They went full Dead Rising?
They went full Red Faction because this mech has magnets on it that you can rip walls down with.
Jeez.
Alright, that's cool.
Yeah. They literally took it. They had it on 11 and they just knocked it up a little bit to 13.
Yeah.
The wingsuit jetpack is now incredible.
That's awesome.
You land in water and you're just like, screw this. I'm just going to jetpack out of the water and start wingsuiting away.
I like they just took the Crackdown attitude where it's like, the game was really good, but what if we made it crazier?
Yeah, that's exactly what they did. The wingsuit also now has a rocket launcher and a machine gun attached.
Why not?
What?
So you're just Falcon at this point?
I love everything's taking a cue from Saints Row. It's like, okay, what can we do now?
What can we make it more fun
the...
and easier to play?
What's the dumbest thing that we want to do in this? Hey, let's throw machine guns on a wingsuit.
Make it dumber.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it's so much fun, and the first vehicle I unlocked before the mech was the rocket boat, which is literally a jet-powered boat with rocket launcher and machine gun on it. So, you know.
It says it on the tin.
Yeah, exactly. But no, I mean, the DLC, I'm only a little bit into it, but it's my, I've got an hour, let's go blow some stuff up kind of game. And it does amaze me that, like, the wingsuit literally turns you, like you said, Boston, it turns you into Falcon. You are literally now just a jet flying around and a much smaller profile, and you can do, like, little cool barrel rolls and stuff as well. That game's just got more and more crazy as it goes on, and you know what? I love the crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you got the DLC on sale, it's well worth it, and it's still as fun as ever for me. Next game, it's That Rat Game.
I'm just gonna write down That Rat Game.
Yes.
Headphones are off. I'm not gonna listen.
I'll give him the all clear in a minute.
I am abstaining from this conversation.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, me and Bolgek played the other day, and I think over the course of like 4 or 5.
Bolgek.
What happened to abstaining, dude?
I can't believe I heard that.
Yeah, we made it through the campaign. We made it through all the campaign maps. There is some absolutely incredible level design in that game. Like there is some maps in there that when we were playing one of them, I said to Bolgek, hold on a minute, are we doing this thing? And said what it was. I don't want to spoil what the level design is for anyone who actually wants to play it, because it's a great moment when you realize what's happening. And he was like, yep, that's 100% what's happening. So there's a lot I want to say about the game, but a lot I kind of don't as well, because don't get me wrong, if you want to buy Bulletstorm, buy Bulletstorm. If you want to buy Vermintide, buy Vermintide. I honestly don't mind. I will have fun either way. You know, we did, upon beating the campaign though, we did unlock the bounty board, which is now like a bunch of more missions of reasons to go back in and get more loot and all this other kind of stuff. We've got a horde mode, which we haven't even touched yet. Like, there's just so much more stuff in there for us to go and mess around with. I'm genuinely pleased I picked it up, even if I was the knobs in this case. Like, I picked it up for $40 next day, $20 on sale, of course.
Awesome.
Yes.
You know,
that makes me so happy.
The penultimate adopter.
Yes. But yeah, genuinely, I really do love that game. I love the things it unlocks. The chatter can get a little bit annoying, but the chatter can get a little bit annoying in any of those type of games. There's only so many times you can hear someone say, for example, I hate helicopters, before it gets annoying, and then it does the circle back around to where it's funny again.
Yeah.
But yeah, Warhammer End Times, I like it. Bolgek's usually up for playing it, so feel free, get in touch. Hashtag team that rat game. We played a very little brief section of Blizzard Mountain. Yo, that game is still beautiful, and I didn't realize it, but they're still doing the hashtag Forzathon thing every single Friday.
Oh wow, really?
Every I think it starts every Thursday night and runs till Sunday night. It's ridiculous, like the amount of stuff they're doing for that game. And now, if you are like me and a fan of the cars, Porsches are in the game.
Yeah,
so,
that was their big story. Is the Porsche disconnected from EA, and they're going rogue.
So now they are in Forza Horizon 3, I should say. But yeah, not much additional to say on that game right now, other than it's still great.
Yeah,
and it's still scary really as hell when you're driving up a mountain and there's a blizzard coming at you.
Yeah.
My second to last game. I played a lot this week. Yeah. The Flame and the Flood. The TVGP Game Club game. Yeah, I'm really glad this came up. I'm genuinely enjoying this game a lot. It speaks to me in the fact that it's a game type that I like, which is one of those kind of survival-ish games. It has a bunch of different modes on option, and the music.
Music's really good.
That
It's kind
first
of got
time,
that folksy sound to it, right?
yeah, the
Yeah.
At
first
least that's
time
what the trailer did.
you hop on a raft and you go down the river and that song plays. That was pretty cool. Moon, have
Yeah.
you played Don't Starve?
I own it on the Xbox One. I played it originally when it came out on Chrome.
Oh wow, okay. I
Yeah.
really like Don't Starve, and it seems like this is a very similar type of game. Is that true?
Yes,
Okay.
it has similar elements in the fact that it's got the heat, hunger, um,
The pretty
food,
standard like
water.
survival stuff.
Yeah, the four things: rest, food, hunger, and temperature.
Okay.
And the temperature becomes important because the further you go down the river, the colder it gets. So
Ah,
the temperature at the start doesn't matter. That's more towards the end of it. I'm playing through the campaign right now. I'm enjoyed what I've played so far. I especially like the fact that you start with little doggy. Little doggy, he's so cute.
yeah, I like that you start with the dog. The thing I will probably remember the most about the intro of this game is the dog carrying the pack to your person in the very intro, and then the person
Yep.
turning around and it looking like a horror movie, and I was like, there's an art style to this, and it is
Yes.
a little weird right off the bat.
Yeah, the art style. At first, I was a little on it, but it's kind of grown on me the more I've played it.
Yeah.
It's the same with Don't Starve. Like Don't Starve, I was kind of on the art style, but then the more I played that, the more I actually started to love the art style.
Yeah.
Like it's a painted style, but I can't think of what it is. But it's kind of slightly abstract. Like I do love the way it's presented.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not too much of a deep dive on it right now. But yeah, I'm glad we played it and it came up, I should say. And pro tip: put very important stuff in your dog's backpack because you know that skeleton at the start that the dog drags the bag away from.
Mm-hmm.
That's you.
Oh, cool. Okay,
So-
I didn't even know you could put stuff on the dog's backpack. Smart.
Yes, the dog has a mini backpack. If you put it on him when you die, his backpack is carried over to you.
The dog lives forever.
Yes. So he basically, when you die, he drags the backpack from your corpse and delivers it to you.
Nice.
All dogs are
So-
the best dogs.
Yes. And for the record, I've gone with old dog with the glasses on is my dog. My
I
wife
didn't
has
even
gone
know you had
for-
multiple dogs. I have
Yes.
so much to learn.
It's in
Yes,
the
you're
options.
the
It's like
best dog
scout
thing.
options. You can pick between two. My
Okay.
wife went for the Dalmatian looking one.
Yeah.
I don't know if you unlock more, but I hope you do.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's hard to guess, but I'm guessing I'm about halfway through the campaign. I don't
Okay.
know. It's hard to know with this kind of stuff. And my final game this week, and a perfect transition over to you, Mr. Boston. I have played Flinthook.
Oh yeah. I want to. How many hours have you played in Flinthook?
2,
Okay, I'm
if that.
probably
I
about
started it-
the same.
I started it before the show because I didn't want my stupid automated Twitter feed coming up and letting you know that I had played it.
I'm on Twitter a lot.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
So I didn't want you to see it and then get spoiled on the fact that I'd actually started it before the show.
Man, Flinthook is so good. It's incredible. I
That
Flinthook,
art style, that intro, that music, like right off the bat, it's whoa, this is incredible.
Flinthook reminds me a lot of if you took the discovery of Binding of Isaac, like that discovery element from Binding of Isaac, and you smushed it on top of Rogue Legacy with its permanence, you would get
Yes.
Flinthook, and then it controls well, it's beautiful, the sound is great, it's a tribute game, so of course the pixel art is and the animation is incredible. I think I can recommend this game easily for people that want I know a lot of people are calling it a roguelike. It's not really. I would call it kind of a randomly generated dungeon crawler, almost like
Yeah,
Rogue
it doesn't
Legacy was.
feel it doesn't feel as punishing as something like Isaac is. Like Isaac is punishing by nature.
Flinthook
whereas-
gets really hard after the first set of dungeons.
Oh yeah, I haven't even touched any. I haven't even beat the first bounty yet. So
Yeah, I think the thing that will, if you don't like the non-permanence of something like Binding of Isaac, I think Flinthook is for you because part of what happens is, like, the first set of levels, you get a bounty for some guy I don't remember the name of.
Rodney Danger Mouse or something.
Yeah, it's something weird. You beat 2 levels, and a level is just a small, randomly generated ship. And every time you beat a ship, you get this little green token. And you can spend those tokens in the black market for permanent character upgrades. Stuff like being able to shoot a little bit farther, more health, more skill slots that you can put these skill cards into. I think if you don't like the non-permanence of traditional roguelikes, I really recommend Flinthook, because you can still play through a level and or a set of levels and die at the boss, and your run is over.
XP.
Yeah, you're getting
rewards.
XP, you're getting card packs, you're getting the green tokens. You're still able to upgrade your character and try again, and you'll be a little bit stronger and a little bit better.
Really quick, I was gonna, like, when I first started playing it, I was about to rip it to shreds because it doesn't have a plant your feet option, and then I unlocked the shop and I got my plant my feet option.
Yeah, that was my initial criticism. Is like, I have to be able to hold a button like Axiom Verge to lock myself here, and as soon as I thought that, it's like, hey, by the way, here's your upgrade, and it's like, oh, thank you.
Yeah,
appreciate that. And it's Flinthook is. Go ahead.
Before you, I'm not 100% sure on this, but when you have the option to pick your randomly generated ship, it has a little skull icon under it with a number 1, 2, or 3. Mm-hmm. I think that skull icon with that number indicates how many of the permanent shop things you get from beating that map.
Oh, it's when you unlock the second one, I figured out what that is. That it's basically how many ships you have to fight through before you get the boss ship. So like 2 and 1 is basically 2 ships, and then you fight the boss one. The next one is 3 ships and then a boss ship.
Okay.
There's a lot to like about Flinthook, and there's kind of a lot going on. I thought the tutorial was really great and really short. I think the hook shot, or whatever you want to call it, is really satisfying, and I feel like most of the times I'm dying is because I'm not using that right, because I haven't gotten it down yet.
Or the slow-mo.
Yeah, or the slow-mo, which I need to use more often because I just keep running into enemy bullets. Like, it's the same it's the same thing I felt when I started playing Binding of Isaac, or I started playing Rogue Legacy, where it's tough but fair, and I know as soon as I get better, and as soon as I get better upgrades, I'll just breeze through this brick wall I'm standing in front of. But I'm having fun bashing against the brick wall because I'm getting better at the game, and I'm learning, like, when you go into one of those rooms where you get the choice between 2 gems, and it doesn't tell you which one does which. I'm picking
health
up
and
one.
Money.
Was it?
I got health and money. I got red and gold. I picked red, and it was health.
I picked green once, and I think it made the dungeon harder. So, but it's, and I can tell there are secret rooms somewhere in there, but I don't know how to get into them yet. Like, it's the best part of one of these games where you haven't discovered everything, and it's fun to just figure out what the hell's going on. And that first boss was really hard.
I haven't faced him yet.
Yeah.
I think I've done the 3 ships and then failed, and then 3 ships and failed, and 2 ships and failed, and I was like, well, I better go get set up for the podcast.
Yeah. You buy stuff from the black market and upgrade your character. There's daily and weekly challenges, which are both really good. Flinthook's really good. And it's a tribute game, so it kind of came out of the oven done and with no real issues.
Yeah. What else did Tribute make?
Wizorb, Curses and Chaos.
Yes.
What was that? Mercenary Kings. It made a lot of really good stuff. So I feel like Flinthook, other than Wizorb, I feel like Flinthook is one of their games I can easily recommend. Everything else had sort of qualifiers around them, but Flinthook is really good. I'm glad you picked it up, because I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah, me too. But yeah, that's all I've been playing.
I've been playing a really small mobile game. Let me look. Let me look at it and see if it's on Android too. It's called Tape It Up. It is on Android. It's this really small sort of top-down platformer. Basically, you're a tape, one of those tape guns, and there's 3 lanes on a conveyor belt, and you're hopping between cardboard boxes, taping up the top of them. It's free. Each run is like a minute, and it's really well done. The graphics are great. There's like 40 something unlockable characters. They just upgraded the game, thankfully, because originally the game had all these unlockable characters, and it's like, well, it's just $1 to unlock each one of these characters. I was like, well, I'm not gonna do that. Or you can just gain 1,000 in-game coins, and that will get you one of those random characters you've unlocked already. I really like it. It's pretty simple. It's one of those games you can just play for 2 or 3 minutes and then put back down. It's called Tape It Up. Go give it a shot. But secondly, most importantly, last week I think I was almost 20 hours into Persona 5. I'm now at 65 hours.
Yes, it's like Mass Effect play.
Yeah, I'm not even halfway done. I'm in the end of August now. I just finished the 4th dungeon. Man, Persona 5 is really good, and there's a lot. They do a lot of quality of life improvements on the Persona formula that I think really helps it, and they carry over a lot of stuff from the Shin Megami Tensei games that does a lot to help it. I think one of the biggest improvements they made on this game are story dungeons are no longer randomized. They are set. The maps that they are set. And there's no trickery, there's nothing crazy like happened in Persona 3 and 4. That is what when you start each dungeon, it gives you half of the map. You get to the halfway point, you get the second half of the map. It's already set.
I always like the randomness of the dungeons.
Well, I have good news for you. It's
an option.
There's an option for you. It's called Mementos, and it is a completely randomized set of dungeons that a new section of it opens up every time you finish a story dungeon. And a section is usually like 7 or 8 floors. And that's where you go when you just want to level up, you want to get some gear. There are side missions that take place in there. That's the place that's kind of fun because it's completely randomized. I think...
At least it's still in there.
Well, I think the trade-off is, in Persona 5, the dungeons are puzzles now. Before it was just get through it, or maybe you'll have to get to this barrier and go back to get an item and then go back to the barrier. Each one of these dungeons is a really large puzzle now. I think I spent 7 or 8 hours in the last dungeon itself. So they're these huge, really big, important areas and these big, important puzzles and story beats. And like it took me 12 hours to get through the first dungeon. Like these are really big set pieces, and I think getting rid of the randomization really helped those dungeons overall. I wish I could talk a lot about the story stuff, but I'm so deep in, I don't want to spoil anything sort of accidentally. I just got my next party member at the end of August. The 4th dungeon itself is... It would have to be a worse dungeon for it to be the worst dungeon in the game. That dungeon was really bad. It was... I was talking to Musim, and he really didn't enjoy it either. It was just... There's way too much back and forth. It felt like a traditional JRPG dungeon, and that doesn't really fit in this game.
Yeah.
Well, it's a dungeon. It's not supposed to be fun.
Well... I don't want to spoil it, just the way it was designed, you sort of knew what was coming, and even when you started it, you're like, man, this is going to be some BS. This is not going to be a fun dungeon. This is just going to be too much back and forth and all over the place, and it wasn't. The enemies in it were too hard, and The number of times I got one shot killed was way too high. I was losing like an hour of progress at a time. It was rough. But the final boss of it was actually really fun and pretty easy. So
I think I actually saw you on Twitter several times this week mention about losing progress. I'm assuming it was that dungeon.
yeah,
I thought he was just piggybacking on me losing progress in Nier.
yeah, and honestly, almost all of the times it was happening in Persona 4, it was my fault. I was trying to push too deep into the dungeon too fast. I was using physical skills which take away health instead of SP, and I wasn't watching my health closely enough. I was fighting too many shadows that were too strong all at once. It was often my own fault, but it was still frustrating when I don't have a lot of time to go back and play through that stuff. So
yeah,
I sort of have to do it in one shot. I do have to say there is something that's in the back of my mind that is unhappy about something with Persona 5, and I haven't figured it out yet, and it's driving me crazy. No, the cat's great. No, he's a really interesting character. I don't know what it is yet. I have a feeling I'll figure it out I have an idea what it is, but I don't want to say it yet before I chew on it more.
Is it the diversity?
What do you mean?
I don't know. I'm just trolling.
I know Persona 5 has gotten beaten up this week for its translation. And that is kind of a glaring point on this game. It's anything that's spoken aloud that has voice acting in the game is usually pretty well written, but most of the rest of the stuff in the game, disappointingly, is kind of just a literal straight translation.
Do you think then for something like that they've got someone in to literally do the localization for the dialogue and then just given the rest of it to a translation team rather than a localization team?
Well, it seems like there was a really good article written on Polygon by a translator that started to dive into what looks like what the issues for the translation are, and it seems like there's too many cooks in the kitchen. When you look at Persona 4, it had, if I remember correctly, 1 translator and 2 editors. This one has, if I remember correctly, these numbers are on the right scale but might not be correct. It has something like 5 translators and 8 editors.
Jeez.
And what they're saying is...
That makes no sense.
Yeah, and the only sense it makes is Atlas US seems to have consistently been in trouble getting this game out the door, obviously with the number of delays it suffered. It sounds like they threw people at the problem, but what translators are saying for large projects like this, especially large JRPG projects, is you benefit from having a smaller number of people because the tone can stay consistent. When you look at Persona 4, the tone throughout the game and the characters' behaviors and the tone of how the characters speak stayed incredibly consistent throughout the game.
Yeah.
Persona 5 doesn't have that benefit. You were talking about the cat Morgana earlier. He has a large number of dialects through the game where he speaks incredibly differently from scene to scene. It's nothing that's bad. It's nothing as bad as like this. It's clearly a different voice actor in this scene, but it's sort of like the tone of how the character speaks and how the character reacts to stuff isn't always consistent. And for a large game like this, that it takes you out of the experience at times.
Yeah. Please tell me, by the way, they do make reference to the fact that he's a cat thief, right?
No, but he has a cat bus, which is a really great reference. He turns into a bus.
Oh, I'm just... How can they not make the reference that he's a cat thief? Like,
he steals cats?
No, he's a cat... I think what Moon is getting into is he's a cat burglar.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Okay.
Idioms. They don't really lean into the fact that they're thieves that much. Oh boy. Because of
Because
what they're
they're thieves?
stealing. No, because of what they're stealing. I think.
Wait, how is cat burglar not a thing in the colloquialism of England?
It probably is, but
I mean,
it's a
it's
cat
the
thief
Pink
to me.
Panther. He's a cat burglar.
Pink Panther's great. Literally. Man, if that should be a DLC, is it should just turn Morgana into Pink Panther. That'd be great. Yeah, I don't want to spoil too much, but there aren't a lot of jokes about being thieves in that game. And Dimebag315 in chat says, "Are you the only one that can see the cat?" No, everyone in your party can see and understand the cat. It just sounds like meowing to everybody else.
Stewie and Family Guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm obviously really enjoying Persona 5 because I'm still playing it after 65 hours.
I hear a butt.
What's that?
I can hear a butt coming.
Yeah, there's something in the back of my mind that it's hard to not compare this to Persona 4. Because Persona 4 or Persona 4 Golden, by all rights, they don't really have a problem. Some of the dungeons were kind of BS-y, but nothing that was really that bad. I think a lot of issues from Persona 4 were addressed. You know, the Thieves Guild stuff I talked about last week with the online portion. A lot of I'm still 65 hours in, I'm still unlocking more confidants. It's not like Persona 4 where you kind of get all of your social links the first 10 hours and then you're just kind of juggling them through the rest of your other 90 hours. So I feel like they do a lot of stuff right, especially a lot of the Velvet Room stuff. Getting and fusing demons is even better and easier than it was before. There's just something in there that isn't gelling with me, and I haven't figured it out yet. So
yeah,
I got to figure it out before we talk about it on Pup, because this month's episode of Pup is just gonna be Persona 5, basically. So if I have a criticism, I have to leverage it to the larger Persona Council.
It's going to be your picking up Persona.
Yeah, exactly. But that's all I've been playing. So let's take a break.
Cool. I'm going to pee.
The only thing I didn't mention about Persona 5 is...
stop it.
I think it's unfortunate that it's had such a long development cycle. And it also came out on PS3 because there's a lot of stuff on PS4 that looks good, but you could tell
not great.
If it had a little bit more time, ironically, it would look even better. But it's the Catherine engine, which is, at this point, when did Catherine come out on the 360?
2009, I think.
Yeah, which I think was the start of development on where the hell
5.
is this? Yeah, on 5.
I'm just going to go run the bathroom and make sure the cats have been fed.
2011. I'm sorry. That was way later than I thought.
That was later than I thought it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, chat.
Ow.
How's everyone doing this week, all you lovely people? Call of Duty World War II leak. Not going to be talking about that this week. What engine? Oh yeah, it is Gamebryo engine. What did they do? Hey, ZM Horning. Wow, Troy Baker and Laura Bailey were Vincent and Catherine. Interesting. I didn't know that. Who was the other Catherine? Rainy week here, but overall good. I don't know who's laughing in the background. All right, Laura Bailey was Catherine with a C. Who's Catherine with a K? This doesn't even have the full... IMDb, you've let me down.
That timing though.
So apparently I have really bad self-control.
Oh, he got the custard.
Alright, I need to answer this question before we keep going on.
Okay.
What question?
Who voiced Catherine with a K from Catherine?
Is that the bad Catherine?
Which one is bad? Oh, Catherine McBride. There it is. Or Michelle Ruff, sorry.
So...
What was she in?
That's so good.
She's in Blue Dragon.
Yeah. Let's not put my Pepsi on the cat tree. That's asking
She's
for
in a
trouble.
lot of anime. She's in Gurren
Oh,
Lagann.
anime.
I should watch Gurren Lagann again.
That's a fun show.
I liked it a lot. Where was she
Dragon Ball
from?
Super is bizarre.
I mean,
Man,
that's
that's taking
almost
another
guaranteed.
weird turn.
Movies, video games. Here we go. She's Clover in Blaze Blue. Sorry, Blah Blue. She's Etna in Disgaea. She's Velvet in Odin Sphere. Ah, she's Yukari in Persona 3. That's who I recognize her from. There you go.
Not awkward at all.
No. No statue of Etna is ever awkward.
Nope.
Alright, we don't have any tweets. Do emails, and then we'll do the Discord questions. Because we have a bunch of them here.
So, for some fucking stupid reason, while I was doing the housework, I decided to have that 70s show on in the background. And the first couple of seasons of that might be some of the best written sitcoms I've ever fucking seen.
Some of the beginning of that was pretty strong, yeah. It's never been a show that's ever clicked with me, but I can appreciate it was written pretty well.
Which show?
Yeah, that 70s show.
That 70s show had its moments
Yeah.
where it was really funny, and it's got nothing to do with the kids. It was all Red. Red
Oh,
Yeah,
Foreman.
Red's the best part.
Red Foreman's the only reason that show is watchable.
I really don't like Wilmer Valderrama's character. What was his name? Fez?
Yeah.
Fez, yeah.
I really don't like. Oddly, though, that dude is actually pretty okay in the most recent season of NCIS. Shocking.
I didn't realize that was the same dude.
Yeah. Yeah, he's the angry undercover dude.
No, Red Foreman and Topher Grace was the only things.
Topher.
And Kitty was funny too.
What has Topher Grace been in? I always liked him.
Spider-Man 3.
Yeah, that about tanked his career.
Yeah.
Yep. He's also in...
He was just in Interstellar.
Yeah, he was the
Oh,
Doctor.
I haven't seen that yet. American Ultra.
American Ultra was good too. Weird, but good.
I haven't seen that.
Win a Date with Ted Hamilton.
That's actually a really funny movie. I own it.
I think I've seen that. I thought I got.
Yeah,
I liked that. I thought that was pretty good.
Me and my crazy collection of rom-coms.
Yeah.
Dash Dumel, whatever you pronounce his last name.
Who was the what was the thing on this? Yeah, let's see. I watched all of Bill Nye. Binge watched that.
What is that on Netflix?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that, and I'm looking forward to actually, for once, being able to watch MST3K.
Yeah, I'm not going to be watching that.
I've never seen any of it. None
You
of
know
it.
what's
Wait.
the names?
Wait, hold on. You've
never
never
seen Mystery
seen
Science?
any old Mystery Science Theater?
No.
How have
So
you
you
managed
won't-
to miss that?
So you won't understand the hate that this show's getting. Then
Oh, is it
No,
getting hate?
I won't.
I think it is.
Yeah.
I don't like the cast. I don't really like.
I like Patton Oswalt.
I like
Come
Patton
on.
Oswalt. I think that's about. Let me look up who else is in that. I know.
It's what's her name from the Guild.
I don't like her very much.
Tina Fey.
It's not Tina Fey.
Not Tina Fey. Fucking hell. I
Hold on,
made
let me
this
look
exact...
up.
It's...
Felicia Day.
That's the one. Literally, I said that the other day, Tina Fey, and my wife was like, no, it's Felicia Day, you stupid idiot.
And rightly, she said that correctly.
Patton Oswalt as TV's son of TV's Frank is actually really good casting. I don't like Felicia Day and much I've seen her in.
I thought the Guild was clever.
Yeah.
I
I'd rather
like
watch
what
that.
I've seen of it, which is a little bit.
I'd rather watch that movie. What was that movie, that the D&D movie that you recommended me? That low budget one?
Was it D&D?
No, it was Dorkness Rising.
Yeah, Dorkness Right. The worst title for actually a really clever movie.
And I share that movie with a lot of people just because it's what D&D is to the T. It's that group. It's that archetypal group of dudes that are together, and there's a random chick that's in there, and it's pretty much friends trolling friends, and one person trying to take it seriously.
Yeah. Yeah, that movie's really good. It has the worst title for people to just pick it up, but it's really good.
Oh.
All right, I'm ready to start whenever you guys are. What time is it? Oh, 3:45.
Yep,
Yikes.
I'm ready.
Well, we're cooking along.
Yeah.
All right, let me open it up. Woo!
Close that free cell you were playing earlier. I saw that.
Yep.
What?
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
Yep.
I see everything.
I hear Isaac, I hear
You see
Flinthook.
that?
Oh, you
Flick,
turn
flick,
the
let's play
screen
card.
to your camera for a half a second.
Yeah. It was literally the top left corner.
It's cards on a green background. I know what you're playing.
I'm obsessed. You know how many games I've completed in Free Cell?
I would like to know that.
Too many.
It's 1,200
Wow.
plus.
Yeah, Moon is right. That is your binding of Isaac. I got
Yeah.
20 minutes. I'm just gonna play some free cell. Whoop, 2 more hours.
Yeah, that's man. It's every one of those games, man. It just I'm beating it within like a minute 10 to 40 minutes. That's the
It's
range.
just one or the other.
There's no gray area, and I'm not talking about I'm distracted by what's going on TV. It's like, man, all right, back. All right, go to here. No,
Back.
back.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a good game. It's a great game, actually.
Yeah.
Best solitaire game ever. There it is. I said it. Don't be afraid of it.
Gauntlet Throne.
Holy fuck. GameStop throwing out a fucking report. Digital games make 3 times as much as physical in the US.
Yep.
No fucking shit, Sherlock. Anyway, sorry, carry on.
What are you talking about?
Just a report that digital games make more than physical.
Oh shit.
Yeah. It's almost like convenience sells more stuff.
Yeah. That's why you pay more for a 20 ounce than a liter.
It's true.
Oh,
Okay.
Hurt.
My legs, Jimmy.
My God, why did I climb that hill? Just to get up in the leagues. Oh, did I tell you about the new golf balls I've been hitting lately?
Mm-mm.
All right,
Are they
so
round?
I wish I could hit you.
I love Knobs when you get trolled with your own questions. I'm genuinely interested because Knobs always I don't pay attention to like all of the tech sector, and I'm always fascinated when Knobs is like, here's some golf tech, and I'm like, they can do that.
Me too. I just wanted to do to Knobs what Knobs does to everybody else.
That's fair.
Come on, I'm not that big of a troll, am I?
Oh yes, you are, and you fucking know it.
No, not at all. I am sincere all the time.
He's cuddly.
All the time.
So come on, golf balls.
All right. So anyway, I picked up these new golf balls. They're Bull Kick, VOLIK, Volkick, something.
Oh,
Yeah,
I saw an ad for these.
So anyway, like I was looking because I like in the spring, in the fall, I play yellow golf balls because they just stand out because there's so much more leaves on the ground. I don't want to spend the time looking for a white golf ball.
Right.
Which makes no sense at all because nothing in nature is fucking white. So you figure a white golf ball would stick out great, but everyone plays white golf balls, and I want my golf ball. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to have to pick it up, look at it, read it, make sure there's any marks that I had to put on it to distinguish it, which is why I play the Gamer golf ball, because it's a very cheap, very good 3-piece ball. That means it's got a different like urethane shell, and it's got a mantle and a different core in it.
Mm.
It's if you hit the ball hard enough, it actually makes a difference.
Mm.
I digress. And those are great golf balls. I think they're on sale at Dick's for a pack of 15, 2 packs of 15. No, I think 15. You get 2 packs. They're 15 plus whatever. They're on sale at Dick's right now. They're great. I recommend them. Dimple and Dimples. They're awesome. Anyway, so I was looking for a yellow golf ball. I didn't want to buy the yellow Gamers because, whatever. I saw this new shiny, crazy looking box.
There was an end cap with a display, and you're like, ooh, hello.
But yeah, so they come in this like really weird lime green,
Awesome.
red,
Great.
and yellow. The difference is they're flat.
Like there's no dimples?
No, it's a flat finish on them.
Oh. Like a matte finish.
Yes, a matte finish.
Interesting.
You know what? Hold on. This will make more sense. I'll be right back.
Okay. Welcome back to Golf Talk on NPR.
Yes.
Please donate now for your tote bag. I'm glad we don't have any news stories because this is going to take a while.
Yep. And we got a fair few questions as well. And literally, we're live now, and the podcast question thread is going bonkers on Discord.
Yeah, I just loaded it up to see if there were any more questions, and there's a lively conversation happening on there. Bark. Alright, where am I? Alright, here. Questions. We don't have any tweets except for that one that I don't understand. 2 emails. Knobs got lost.
Yeah, I'm seeing, 3 in the Discord channel so far?
I thought I saw more than that. Mental Case, Death 2K, Bilsiford, Maximus Prime. Is that 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Starting with Mental Case on the 20th. Those 4 are all questions.
I know we didn't answer the NIMS question either from April 6th.
Oh, did I miss one?
Yeah, April 6th, 2017, the NIMP. Stealing from myself in chat.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll loop back to that one. I hope we'll have enough time for all those. It's starting to get late. Had to clean my glasses again.
Keep getting told there's like 53 new messages. There's like no. There's like 3. Yeah, what do you think of Flame so far, by the way?
I only got on the raft and like get to the second area, so I haven't been into it. It immediately reminded me a lot of Don't Starve, and
Yeah.
when Don't Starve came out, I think that was pretty early on in the PS4's life cycle, and that my wife and I played that a lot. And unfortunately, I think Don't Starve Together just came out on PS4. So that's the co-op stuff, so we haven't really played that yet, but we're looking forward to that at some point.
It serves you right, Cosmic. It's not my fault.
Can't be blamed. Okay.
So, your typical white golf ball. This is what I normally play. Top Flight.
Yep.
Top Flight gamer. I usually do the tour, even though I chew through the cover of these pretty quick because I strike the ball kind of hard. This is your typical gold yellow ball.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is the Volkic. So, and the lighting in here sucks.
Yeah, you can sort of tell.
But anyway, so it has a matte finish on it. But the thing is like this is almost like a clear finish that's and then it's like a white undermantle to it. So it catches it almost looks like it's irradiated.
Oh wow!
When it's sitting on the ground, like when it's like back up again. Oh, maybe this will work. Hold on. I'm gonna put these black
All nipples.
Fuck. Don't eat that.
Oh god.
But anyway, yeah, these things really stick out. Like they're
Iridescent.
yes, it has an iridescent quality. But yeah, so I mean, these are really cool. And if you see them in like the package, like even the red ones, like they almost look like. Why won't this stay on the table? Put that on there.
The table's not flat.
I don't know what's happening.
The other two stay just fine. Keep that.
Nobs is playing with his balls on camera.
It's too powerful.
Maybe this will work a little bit better, but
Oh yeah.
yeah, like it catches somehow.
It really stands out.
Yes, it does
That's
a
cool.
really good job of that. So other than that, no new real crazy tech or apparatus.
Yeah, it's the little
Apparati.
things that matter, like finding your balls are paid for.
It is. It actually there's actually a pair of glasses that instead of a pair of sunglasses, but instead of your regular like either because I wear amber glasses like they're like HD Max. I recommend these for anyone that that needs sunglasses because they like it just relaxes your eyes and you could see so much better. But there's actually a pair of one of these weird golf companies make a pair of blue glasses that I swear to God, golf balls jump out. Like
They just glow.
Like if you go in the woods and you're looking for balls, you'll probably come out. Normally, if you go in like ball hawking, you'll come out with like 2 or 3. You'll probably come out with 15 because they're like little pearls.
Huh.
It's really neat. All right.
Acting.
Yes. Focus. All right. Ready in 3, 2, 1. Welcome back, everybody. We got releases this week for April 24th. Oh my God, it's month's almost over. 2017. I gotta pay bills. Gotta put that off. I need to order checks. Damn it.
Uh-oh. Gotta go.
All right. Dragon Quest Heroes 2 for the PC and PlayStation 4.
I didn't play the first one. I heard it was good. I think this is just more of it.
More over Dragon Questy.
If you like a Musou game, like Berserk and the Band of the Hawk, this is the Dragon Quest version.
All right. Puyo Puyo Tetris for the PlayStation 4 and Switch.
Already have it pre-ordered. I bought the Japanese version, and it's really great, and now I can understand it. It's both Tetris and Puyo Puyo, sometimes both at the same time, and it's really good.
Ever since Jam Bomb did a quick look of it, I've wanted it on the Xbox. Why isn't it on my Xbox already?
Yeah, I guess I'm surprised / not surprised it didn't come out over here on the Xbox. Yeah, Japanese developed games. Plus, there's weird licensing issues with that II. Like, there were some weird
Yeah.
licensing issues with it in Japan, even. So
Yeah, it's Ubisoft, I think, only license for it over here,
For
and they've got to do some
Tetris, yeah.
workarounds. Yeah.
yeah, Ubisoft and Sega. So who knows?
Oh,
And the Tetris
no.
company at some point, probably.
That could be anything.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm minimizing something. Okay, all right. Sniper, Ghost Warrior 3 for the PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. I didn't know there was other Ghost Warriors.
There's 3 of them. I've always heard these games are really good. I've never taken the time to play them.
I've got Elite 3 and the Zombie Army trilogy. I just need to actually get around to playing them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen videos of them. They look fine.
They look fun. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't like sneaking, though.
Yeah.
I'm not a good sniper.
Yeah.
No, I'm a bull. What remains of Edith Finch for the PC and PlayStation 4?
I'm curious about this game because it seems to be one of those games that people are... It's like the next indie game that a lot of people seem to be really passionate about. So I gotta check it out whenever it comes out and see what it is. 'Cause I like a lot of those games, especially if it's like a point-and-click adventure. I'm down.
Yeah, those are always good. Shovel Knight, Spectre of Torment for the PlayStation 4.
This came out on Switch already. It was like an early release for Switch. This is the third
The DLC, isn't it?
expansion
Yeah.
for Shovel Knight. If you bought Shovel Knight originally, or up until the deadline, it's free. If not, Shovel Knight is now more expensive and comes
I
with it.
think so, but
Some
yeah.
plan. Shovel Knight is now more expensive. It's still worth it, however much it costs.
All right. Warhammer 40K, Dawn at War. 3 for the PC. So I'm sure they have like 9 races now.
I really liked Dawn at War 2 when it
Yes.
came out on PC like 10 years ago or something. This one also has multiplayer. I don't think it's multiplayer only, but it also has some multiplayer facet of it. So that's kind of interesting, but something I would never play.
I did really like Dawn at War 2. So
That was really good.
maybe due for an RTS.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, because Mario Kart 8 just wasn't good enough for the Switch.
It wasn't deluxe enough. I guess this time they actually put in the real battle mode instead of
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
do battle mode on regular tracks. That's not what people want. So now they have battle mode arenas. So
Yep.
if you want to buy Mario Kart 8 again, you can. It has some more tracks and real battle mode. So I don't know what to tell you. Moving on to news stories.
It's a game for the Switch.
It is a thing that's coming out for the Switch. Go play Bonnie Posik. News stories. The Blizzard has now made StarCraft free. StarCraft plus StarCraft
Wars.
plus Brood War, its expansion, are now free. I think all you need to do is download the Blizzard app, which is killing me that's not Battle.net. But download the Blizzard app and you can just install it. StarCraft is still good. And its expansion, its unnamed expansion, is also pretty good. If you've never played it, it will run on anything because it's 25 years old now.
Yes.
So
I have
Great
never
game.
played it.
it will run on what you have. It's an
Really?
800
I
by
don't
600
even-
game.
I don't even think the Blizzard app will run on what I have.
It's tiny. You'll be fine. Yeah, it's StarCraft is good. If you haven't played it, I would still recommend at least trying it. It's pretty old at this point, so it's going to be things are going to be a little bit weird. But I don't think it'll be a bad sort of old at this point. But like Moonpier said in before we start recording, E3's right around the corner, so that's about it for news stories until Call of Duty World War II gets announced next week.
Yay!
We'll talk about that next week, I guess. Let's move on to emails. Bill Savard writes in. Hobbs just sent me a text. He also just wrote in with an email titled "Listening to Books." Hey guys, I spend about half my workday on the road, which means I have a lot of time to listen to the radio. So when I run out of TVGP and Pup to listen to, I've been listening to audiobooks. So far, I've listened to the 3 Mass Effect books and the first Gears of War books. So do you guys listen to or read any video game-related books? If so, do you have any suggestions on any must-reads? As always, thanks for the great show.
The Dead Space books.
Yes.
I know! The lighting was so good, I had to send it to
The
you.
text Knob sends me. Just the 3 golf balls he was just showing. Anyways.
I was glad I stopped the show for that.
Yeah.
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 No, the Dead Space books are really good.
Yeah, 100%.
I remember reading the first 1 or 2 World of Warcraft books, and those were actually pretty good. They were pretty well written. Moon is holding up Dead Space Martyr.
Yes.
If you can find a copy, read the original Doom book. It is nowadays it is hilariously terrible, and there's a lot of references to it in the 2016 Doom.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Nobs will hate me for saying this, but I actually really enjoyed the Halo Expanded Universe books.
You know what? The excerpts I've read out of the expanded universe is way more better than the games.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I've
the
heard those
story
are
in the
pretty
Halo,
good.
in those books is actually genuinely fantastic. Like the character development, like you learn where Chief came from, like you learn his origins in those books.
I was really thinking you were going to say Vermintide fan fiction, so I'm glad it didn't go there.
I'm very picky when it comes to stuff like audiobooks, though, but non-video game related, I would totally recommend Ready Player One. Will Wheaton does the audiobook version of it, and he actually does a really good job on it. And I
don't like Will Wheaton, so I wouldn't recommend the audiobook, but I would recommend reading the book.
Will Wheaton.
Yeah.
Will Wheaton.
Will Wheaton. What's the zombie book? I can't remember his name.
No, if you're looking for a good
World War Z.
game, a very good non-video game book, I strongly recommend everyone listen and or read. I think it's Bill Bryson's A Short History of Nearly Everything.
Yeah.
Is amazing.
Yeah. Let's take a quick question from the chat. Cosmic Storm 99. I have a question about the NES Classic. What do you think about one of the reasons for ending the run is that the profit margin is really low on them? I mean, they sell them for $60, and after the chip and actual console, it can't be a whole lot of profit. Just a thought, but curious what your take on it is. I sort of assumed profit margins were pretty high on that because it's just a tiny computer in that. I mean, I'd be surprised if it wasn't like a Raspberry Pi in there they just stuck the shell on.
Yeah, I would be shocked if they didn't make at least 50% on them.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a whatchamacallit, isn't it? It's a common piece of tech, readily available, which means the prices go way down for that type of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Shell casings are not going to be that much because they're literally just, yeah, exactly. Yeah. I think the reason why they've cut them off is because they didn't expect such a high demand. They missed their chance to get it. And I think they're thinking if they now go out and produce 20 million of them, they're going to have 19 million of them sitting on a shelf.
Yep. It's like we always say, video games are still a business. They took a look at that spreadsheet, and the bottom line of that spreadsheet was red, and they said, okay, we're done. It's not making enough money.
They'll probably learn from this, and I bet you when the SNES one comes out, I bet you there is nowhere near the rarity that there is for this one.
Yeah, there'd be like one big production blast, and that's probably it.
Yeah.
That's all it should be.
Yep.
Like even though granted, yeah, it sucked. It was limited quantities or whatever. I mean, it was such a niche thing. Like, yeah, why not? Like, do it one time, and everyone's like, hey, remember how awesome that thing was? Like, yeah, you know where to get one, and then you create another market for it.
Yeah. Yeah. Next email from Jimbo Jangles. My question to the crew this week is: what is the first game you ever played? I can't nail down my first ever gaming experience, but I do remember receiving a Ninja Turtles handheld game for my 5th birthday. Do you remember your first game? Later, dudes.
Yes and no. It's one of two for me. It's Super Monaco GP or Qbert, for the Amstrad, which
Oh,
was
wow.
essentially a British PC looking thing. It loaded off cassettes and you controlled it with a keyboard. It did not have a mouse. It was literally just a screen with a built-in keyboard and cassette desk.
Yeah.
Combat on the Atari 2600.
I think mine was my first Sega game, Congo Bongo, on the Atari 2600. Either that or it was Smurfs on the Atari 2600. Smurfs, like, famously one of the most difficult games ever. It was one of the two of those. I definitely did have one of those. He took a picture of it. It was one of those like handheld units with the tiny LED screen. It wasn't even LED. It was what was it back then? Where just that had a.
They had those little flash things where it just would animate differently. Yeah, I had a few of those.
I had like a football one. I had a Legend of Zelda watch that had that same technology.
I had a G.I. Joe one.
That's awesome. I never had a Game & Watch. Those are sort of famously, that's what popularized those screens. But yeah, I think that's all right. We have a couple of questions here from Discord, our podcast questions channel on our TVGP server. The Nimbriton says, since pretty much everyone cannot manage to ship a game without a massive day one patch, do you think that splitting resources between 4 different platforms, PS4, PS4 Pro, Xbox One, and Xbox One S, will give us even more broken games and even bigger day one patches?
Yes.
Yes. It will either go one of two ways. Stuff will be more broken than it's ever been, or you will see the lower end version suffering from massive issues compared to the higher end version.
Well, I think some of that has to do with the development tools and engine tools catching up. You know, I'm sure UE4 has caught up to the point where now you have a build for, you know, each one of these 4 variations of the platform, and, you know, one for PC and all that. But I think a cautionary tale is certainly Final Fantasy 15, which had a big for day one patch, which the game was delayed for to put that patch on the disc. And subsequent patches have made that game run worse on PS4 Pro and not the vanilla PS4, which they're now putting out a patch to fix the other patches issues. We're going to see a lot of that stuff in the short term, of that sort of craziness where it's like, oh, it runs great on vanilla PS4, but having a lot of frame rate issues over here on the powerful, expensive ones. Okay, we'll fix that. You know, it kind of making issues worse until we settle down into this. And then, you know, Scorpio will be out at that point, so it'll be a whole different set of issues, and a whole other set of nightmares.
I mean, I wish it was just a case of the developers can go in and say, are you playing on X, then use this mode. Right. Are you playing on Y, then use this mode. Like, I'm appreciative of the options they give people on PS4 Pro, like the different modes they've got, but you don't need 4 different modes. You need literally 2, 4K or 1080. Which one are you using? These are the settings you get.
Yep.
Well, what are the other modes?
Like, they've got modes where it's like, do you want higher graphics with a 30 frame rate, or do you want a 60 frame rate with slightly lower graphics? And all this other kind of stuff.
Per game, though.
But that's what I'm saying is, OS. I think it should just literally end up being, is it 4K? Is it 1080? That's it. Just do the check. Don't give people the options.
Even old PC games handle that just fine. You had a resolution slider.
Yeah, I want those options because if I can get 1080 at 60 and it looks quote-unquote worse than 1080-30, I will take that every time. But the people that really love graphical fidelity on consoles, they can pick 1080-30 and get increased whatevers.
Yeah. No, you should be able to do that on the console side.
Well, the PS4, I think, has a really good option for that with boost mode, and it's basically, we're gonna on the OS side, we're gonna try and make the game run better, even if they don't have the PS4 Pro patch. I hope they have something like that on the Scorpio, because I think it doesn't work with everything, but the games that it does, it seems to make a pretty big difference, and I think that's something that should be an option for both consoles. But yeah, I mean, this to me is just it's the same problems we ran into with the last generation, which is, oh god, how do we do this? Last generation's problem was we can't put out big patches, so we're going to put out a small patch that enables you to go into the game's store and download compatibility packs. And if you want to play it, you need to download these 4 compatibility packs because we can't make them that big. It's the same thing all over again, where it's, let's try and figure out how we can make this stuff easily. In a year or 2, it'll be sorted again, and then we'll have some other problem to have an issue with on these consoles because it's always going to be something.
Did you part your hair on the different side?
No.
Or is it the reverse camera that's messing?
It's a reverse camera on your end.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
It's one of them's reversed and one of them isn't. Looks weird. Mental Case writes, don't know if this was ever asked before, but how do achievements/trophies in games influence your willingness to play a game? Have you ever bought a game because of the easy points, stopped playing a game because of no points or impossible tasks, or played a game longer than you should have just because of those rare trophies or achievements? I'm just going to turn this over to Moonpier. Yes to all of this?
Pretty much, actually, yeah. I mean, but the thing with the easy points one, like, get that out of the way first and foremost, there was actually a discussion going on in our Discord. That's search for the right-hand side of the page, find the Discord link, jump in, have a conversation with us. They were talking about Gamefly. We don't have Gamefly over in the UK, but we do have equivalent services. I use that as my easy points things because that, I jokingly refer to it with my wife as poop game lottery.
Oh, right.
Because it's a list of 200 games. I don't care when I get them. I don't care what order I get them in. They are poop, but I will play them because I will play anything. But that's also how I played the Lego games. Yeah. It's just, it's a case of I get it when I get it. I play it when I play it, and then I get the next one whenever I get it. If it's a priority, I don't put it on that service. I put it in I'm going to buy this kind of pile rather than on a rental side.
Put it on your Amazon wish list.
Exactly. I used to use my rental service as my easy games and games I don't care when I get to them kind of thing. As for the difficulty aspect of things, I have never stopped playing a game because of no points or impossible tasks. I have given up on certain games because of them. I know, for example, I will never get any of the seriously achievements in Gears, and I've got no problem with that.
Oh my god.
That's just a time suck.
That is unbelievable.
Like, don't get me wrong, I love my achievements, and I love my 100% on games, but I will draw a line at certain points. If it's that kind of thing where you're expecting me to do that, I will not do it.
It's only 400 hours, Moon. It's like, well, strap it in. Let's go.
My wife and I play a free poker game on the Xbox One called Prominence Poker. It's one of the classic games. Oh, you can buy chips, you can buy costumes, you can buy outfits, blah, 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 blah. There is an achievement in that to get 1 billion chips. If you were to spend real-world money, I believe it totals up to over $200,000.
Amazing.
I'm never
you just
gonna get
need
that.
one person to buy it, Moon. And you're rich.
I'm never going to get that. I've got no problem doing that. The thing that achievements do for me is make me play things in a different way.
Yeah.
Achievements, this is the first time I'm going to get to say this on the actual podcast. Oh. Achievements for me are responsible for Pew Pew Knobs.
Knobs is just shaking his head. Is this a Dead Space 2 again?
Yes!
Yes, this is Dead Space 2 again.
Oh, here we go.
Well, achievements are responsible for me for me playing games in different ways, for doing things I wouldn't normally do. It's, oh, you mean I can do that where I can connect someone via a grappling hook to a gas can, then shoot the gas can and shoot them off like a rocket into space? I could do that.
Yeah.
And get an achievement for it. Yeah, I'll do that. You know, it for me, it opens up new avenues of playing.
Skill shots.
Exactly. I mean, I'm 2 achievements shy in the original Bulletstorm, and a lot of that was down to achievements introducing me to different things to do.
Yeah.
Like, I've always respected and appreciated that about them. And in Isaac's case, it lets me know when I've made a major step forwards. Because, like, you killed Satan with this person. Ooh, that must be a big thing. I'll make a note of that in my notebook.
Right.
But yeah, I like them. I know I'm not gonna 100% everything. Like, it's that simple. I'd never be able to do that. There are games which literally you cannot get achievements in.
Yeah.
So.
Well, yeah, and like when achievements kind of got its teeth into me there for a bit, it was all about bragging rights.
Yeah, it's your gamer score on 360.
And then once that stopped, once I stopped caring, I was like, all right. And then I started having a lot more fun with games again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My,
Well,
my
that's the same for me. Like, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say my thing is, it typically I do, especially on PS4 I do trophy chase sometimes, but I'm a lot like Moon where a lot of times I'll start the game and I'll sort of go through the trophies and look and see what are the ones that sound fun that I maybe want to focus on in my first playthrough, where it's like I just got a surprisingly rare one in Persona 5 earlier today where I hit a home run in the baseball mini game in the game. And if there wasn't that trophy, I'm not sure I would have played baseball a lot because it doesn't benefit my character's stats all that much. But I played it a little bit here and there because I thought that was kind of a cool thing to shoot for. I'd rather use trophies and achievements for that rather than, going for one of the seriously achievements, which is just kind of a grind. I'd rather play another
every
game
once in a
at
while
that
that grind's kind of fun.
Oh, sure,
Yeah.
but I think
53,000 zombies was a good time.
yeah,
Exactly.
and I think there are definitely some of those where that's an achievable grind. I think when you look at something like the seriously achievements, you look at it and say, I could play like 2 or 3 games in that time. I'd rather
2 or 3, more like 10 or
putting
20.
on the
You
low
could
end.
probably put a year and not get that achievement.
Yeah, and if
Yeah.
you enjoy, if there was a version of that for Destiny, I'd probably have that. Like I put my
Yeah.
time into games that I really enjoy, and we're certainly not looking down on anyone who looks at seriously 4.0 and is like, I'm gonna get that. It's not like, wow, that dude's pretty dumb. I get it. I mean, as I said before, I like Destiny, so I don't have a lot of legs to stand on. But there are some of those achievements where you're like, I don't want to play through this game on the hardest difficulty 5 times to get this trophy. To me, I'll just play another game in that time.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing for me as well. Is like a lot of people, like when I talk to you guys about when I started playing Mass Effect, like you guys made a little joke at my expense, shall we say, the fact that I'm playing it through on Insanity.
Mm-hmm.
But I did the same thing with Battlefield 1. I always play it on the hardest difficulty because I like challenging myself. It's one of the reasons I love Isaac so much, is because I like that, moment where you realize after a couple of hours of getting kicked in the teeth, you're the one doing the kicking all of a sudden.
Right.
Like, I love that feeling of that transition to that point where it's like, okay, I'm now skilled enough to the point where your hardest difficulty can't touch me.
Right.
Like, that's the beauty of going through Horde on Insane. It's like, this was impossible 2 weeks ago, and now we've just beat it on Insane, and it was a breeze. And that feels fantastic, that moment when you bump that difficulty over and you're just like, yeah, we rolled it like it was nothing.
Yeah, that never feels bad.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, that's one of the reasons why I love, like, almost every game I play, you will see me, I will jump it to the hardest difficulty that's available at the time, and I will roll with it. Because
my theory on that one, it play the game on normal. That's what the developer expected you to play that game at.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, there are games I will play on normal for first, and then I'll go back and do it on the hardest. But certain stuff, I will just be like, no, I'm going hardest because this is a type of game I know how to play, so I will just go hard.
Yeah. I was letting that one go, but
Shut up.
now I've picked it up. Death2K writes, Blizzard is currently juggling following the genre RTS, ARP, MMORPG, digital collectible card game, multiplayer online battle arena, and first-person shooter. What do you think they'll tackle next and when? Open world battle rumble or maybe a survival game? I think
Man, I would hate to see what a survival Blizzard game would be like.
I think that's kind of like Blizzard and Valve, that's kind of the benefit of them, is when they come out with something, it's not really what you expect, and if they come out with something that's already in a genre like Heart of the Swarm Heroes of the Storm, and Overwatch, it's something from a genre that's already been established, but it certainly has a polish and a little bit of a different take on it. So you're like, oh, okay, yeah, all right, that's a Blizzard thing.
Well,
that's cool.
I don't think we'll get survival horror because they already dropped the ball on StarCraft Ghost.
Heyo.
What?
I feel like it. So here's something that drives my wife crazy. I don't like trying to figure out what the ending of a movie is going to be when you watch it. Like, I'm along for the ride. I feel like that with Blizzard and Valve. I almost don't want to know until they come out with something and they're like, oh, well, that's cool. You know, that's
the best
a thing.
way to enjoy entertainment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hop in. Come on for a ride.
Now, if you're telling me that Atlas is working on something, I want to, like, be an intern there and get all the secrets, and then I need to know. But some companies, it's just sort of like, yeah, man, let's see what happens next. I don't know. Bill Seward writes in with a question for Knobs. Knobs, would you rather play Warhammer End Times Vermintide with Donnie, Moon, and Bulgurk for an hour, or play only Guilty Gear Asuka for the rest of your life?
Asuka.
That wasn't even a question. We all knew where that was going to go.
I don't know, man. I didn't know the hatred ran that deep. Asuka's bad, but
yeah,
not that bad.
I would play that horrible, have to hit a button to turn around, side-scroller, beat-em-up version of that game.
Yep.
The funny thing about this is not even about the game. This is just about Donnie.
It's not even about the game.
Yeah,
it's about Donnie.
It's about being ostracized and ignored, and I don't blame Knobs. Knobs has feelings too, people.
Yes, the troll has feelings.
Yes. Jerks.
Go back to your bridge.
Maximus Prime sends in our last question of the week. So I tried out PS Now over the weekend, and wow, I have to admit it's pretty awesome having all those games at my fingertips, and it works flawlessly on my PS4 Pro. But $20 a month, ouch, that's $240 a year. With that said, if the service was $12 a month or $100 a year, would you subscribe? No.
Yes. Well, yeah, I'd say yes, because me and my wife my wife and I are very
welcome
seriously,
to English.
Not the Queen's English.
It's my native language, man. We are very seriously.
You should get the syntax right.
It's this dirty colonies English. It's very weird.
We are very seriously considering the Xbox Gamer Pass. It's not that much a month when you look at it. Yeah, it works out to 120 a year, I think it is, for
it does, yeah,
the Xbox One. But at the same time, I've essentially all but given up smoking now, so I've saved myself a hell of a lot of money in that aspect of it. So,
but there's one major difference between those two programs, though.
One's not streaming. I prefer the not streaming version.
That's the one I'll pay for. PS Now, I think, is a really good service and has a lot of really good games on it. It's just the unreliability of the streaming that, for me, doesn't really work on consoles. I don't know if it's just where I live. If I'm too close, if I'm too far away from the company that's headquartered here in my town. If I'm too far away from a data center or my connection quality isn't great, I will happily pay for the Xbox Game Pass because I can start downloading a game and put my Xbox One to sleep and just let it do its thing overnight. With PS Now, for $20 a month, even for $12 or $10 a month, the streaming thing is the thing that just kills me.
Yeah. I mean, it also depends on the selection that's available, but theoretically, if it was, in both cases, we were I can't remember if we were talking about it on Monday Night Game Night, but if you got the guarantee a month later something was going to be on that service after it came out, yeah, that's great. But the selection is going to be what makes these services live or die.
Well, and I forgot the only thing that is a little bit of some weight in the PS Now's corner is that they do have a PC client. You can play PS4 and PS3 games on your PC, which I think is great. It'd be nice if Microsoft would build that into Windows 10 as part of Game Pass. Who knows what they'll do with Xbox Anywhere? Xbox Games Anywhere?
Xbox Anywhere.
That thing's called. I don't know. I think when you compare the two, I think Microsoft made the right choice by saying, as long as you're paying for it, you can download these games. If you really like it, you can get a discounted price to keep it.
Yeah.
I think that's the way you go. And Sony really needs to follow suit. Because if they'll do that for the PS4, I'll pay $15 a month. I don't care.
Yeah, and the hard thing is not to do is the long math on the subscription, because that never works out well in your favor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you gotta look at what your monthly budget is for gaming. Are you gonna spend more or less than that? That's the math you need to do.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, for me personally, it was like I used to average anywhere between $60 to $120 a month, roughly. And that's where I got into the rental service, because then that cut me down to roughly $80 a month, if that. Because then I was using the rental service to get the games that were either cheap or hard to get, and I could literally put in, play for a weekend, and send back.
Right.
Yep.
You know, and if this takes off, let's say I've still got the 80 now, or I'm back up to the 120 now, which I'm not, but if I was up to the 120, if this takes 60 off that, that's fine. I will, I'm taking 60 off a month to spend 10 a month. Yeah, that's fine. I'll go with that anytime.
Yeah. All right, well, that's all of our questions this week. You can visit us at tvgp.tv, email us at tvgpfans@gmail.com, tweet us at tvgp. Don't forget to join the Discord server. That link and all the other ones are on the right-hand side of the page.
And don't forget to join the forums. I almost said the servers.
Find us on the servers.
Join us for our game nights, Monday night, 10 p.m. EST. I'm throwing it back to Battlefield 4 this week.
Boom.
Come join us.
Decided.
It is. It's done. Monday night, 10 PST. What?
Good luck with that. I'm curious of how many of the people still have it installed.
You got plenty of time.
Hey, they got Monday when they hear the show.
Pop it in now.
Not going to take all day.
Yeah.
I still have it installed. I should probably check there's a patch.
Probably.
Tuesday is Destiny night. Wednesday, Rocket League, both on a PlayStation 4, in and around 10 p.m. EST. Thursday, PC Steam game night. Well, we'll figure something out sooner or later.
Yeah.
And Friday through the weekend, come find us online. We're around.
And there's still plenty of time to play The Flame in the Flood, which is a current Game Club game. We'll be recording the recap episode the third weekend of next month. So you still have like 3.5 weeks at this point.
Yep.
It seems great, so go try it. And I just tweeted out it's on sale on Steam right now for like $7. So you go fire that up for about half the price. And you can watch the show live, twitch.tv/E1M1 Network, That Video Game Podcast on YouTube. Subscribe in both those places. It will let you know when we go live. We'll see you all next week.
Later.
See ya.
Not yet, dogs. All right, I have a ton of titles. Do you?
I don't have that many. Okay. Someone prepared in my chair. I like the color green. Blood is your currency. Conveyor belt thwompy thing. Giant sea robot beast. Religious robot cult. What the fudge? I rode a pig and not the Queen's English.
I rode a pig.
I have the gruesome spitters, where blood is your currency. I hate it. I don't remember where that was from. Giant sea robot beast. Religious robot cult. I rode a pig. Rocket boat, and the skeleton is you.
I forgot about that one.
I really like where blood is your currency or I rode a pig. I like I rode a pig a little bit more.
Yeah.
Well, we like that for a specific reason.
Yeah. I'm gonna circle that one.
Rode a pig is fun.
That one. I think that one's stronger than where blood is your currency.
Well, Dimebag had not the Queen's English.
And welcome to English.
And welcome to English.
That one's pretty good too. All right. Starting in 3, 2, 1. This is That Video Game Podcast, episode 496 for April 24th, 2017. I rode a pig.
I gotta go, pig. I'll see you later.
Squeal!
I'm a squiggly spooch.
Squiggly spooch. All right, thank you very much, everyone, for watching yet another week. I love seeing each and every one of you here. We'll see you next week. Bye.
See you.